are live with session 30 of my campaign. It seems like
It's only 30?
Yeah, this is session 30.
Shit, I'm still 5 ahead of you.
Wait a minute. I think it's session 30. Yeah, it's session 30. Your campaign was the one that was up to session 32. But yeah, it's been a little while, and it's also been a little while in campaign, which is why I had you guys roll training rolls earlier, because after being involved in, what was it, 2, 3 back-to-back major conflicts, the Virgil Death Brigade has sent everyone who is in the brigade a large paycheck. And also a bit of a paycheck to some of the people that weren't in the brigade as a expression of thank you for helping out major members of the Virgil Death Brigade. So everyone has been given a large paycheck and told that you have 2 weeks where you should not do anything and should take some time off.
Obviously, Senshin went to the gym.
Yeah, obviously Senshin went to the gym.
Yeah.
So what was everyone else doing during their 2 weeks off?
Taisha probably spent all his money either on the null recuperation charity that was set up.
Yep.
Or going to see various different Broadway plays performing.
Muscle.
All right, so Senshin went to the God of Muscles gym. Got it. Led by the man himself, the Muscle Mouse.
Muscle.
All right, cool. So that's what those two did. What about other people?
Robbie?
I'd say, I don't know, I think Andrew would start doing, like, concerts again, like, planning to do another play. Like, not with the Dragon Queen this time, because he's learned his lesson.
Okay, so I'm just gonna quickly ask,
Is the play a crime?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is the play legal?
Yep, it's 100% legal.
I'm gonna short stocks!
Okay, the play was legal. Alright, roll me a performance check with advantage because you are being helped by the ferrets.
Look, it's entirely legal. Oh, damn, okay.
Oh, well,
Holy shit, you needed that advantage.
Alright, you are able to put on a very nice play. Taishiro ends up paying you a decent amount of money to see it. He is surprised that you end up being one of the upcoming artists that he ends up wanting to watch.
Oh wow! I didn't expect you to. I honestly didn't expect the plays you made to stand up for themselves. But you have a chance to go for the. What's the equivalent for like? You have a chance to go for the awards, stuff like this.
Awards, I think. I don't remember what they're called.
What was the play about?
I think ironically enough, it'd be like the journey into the Feywilds and the journey back with like a
pony awards.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So since it was not about the Great Heist, Raijin will not be getting any money out of this.
Raijin was involved.
Okay, Raijin will not be taking a portion of it due to commission or royalties. She will just be getting paid like a regular person who is doing a regular job.
No, what I mean is Raijin was existing there. Do we know how her family likes to do their laws?
Okay.
I know they say you can't draw blood from a stone, but...
Raijin, you did not. Okay, Raijin.
I'm kidding. She wasn't. If she wasn't told, she wouldn't know. So.
Well, I'd imagine the entire city was told that Andrew was putting on a play, but it had nothing to do with anything that Raijin had claimed copyright for.
And he wrote an exclusive letter. He wrote a letter to the Queen. He's like, "I promise you, I say this to you and you alone. I am not pulling off another heist. I'm not."
If you pull off another heist, you will be exiled. Understand?
Yeah, man. I completely understand, Your Highness. You see, this is just a play. I was honestly expecting for half a second you were going to say executed, but hey, we're good. We're good.
You've done a great good for this kingdom, and it owes you a life debt. Execution would be improper and immoral. Therefore, exile. Though since this is not going to be a heist of any form, I am looking forward to seeing it.
Oh, you're very welcome to be in attendance.
And since you did such a good play, the Queen will actually give you a little bit more money and ask you to write down that play and offer it to the Bard College. And you will be paid by the Queen to give it to the Bard College, which will allow them to put on a play of a similar topic, and you will receive royalties from it, if you wish.
Yeah, Andrew will do that. He's a performer. He loves that kind of game.
All right, sweet. Also, a lot of the bards seem to be looking very jealous that your performance managed to get all of their attention, all of the town's attention, instead of any of theirs. So the bards are a little bit annoyed / envious of you at the moment, but that feeling pretty soon passes once they realize that they'll get a chance to perform this piece as well. A good story is a good story, and you gotta respect art.
Legally. You are legally required to extract art.
Especially if you're a bard.
Well, yeah, that's part of the contract, you know.
Alright,
Yeah,
so let's
part of
see.
the contract.
Alright, so...
That's what that piece of paper was that I signed.
Okay, so
Wait,
let's
you
see.
didn't reckon...
Andrew, alright, who else have we not gone, with? Or have we seen what everyone's doing?
Oh, I guess for David, I was...
Raijin and David. Still.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Want to go first, Liam? Oh, yeah, no worries. I'd say David was doing experimentation on his runes, honestly.
Fair enough. I will be getting to some short scenes with your characters, but I want you to describe what you wanted to be doing before I go over the scenes. And, what about, Raijin?
Raijin?
Yes, what was she doing in her off time?
The hell was that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, bless you. Bless you.
Not me.
Okay, sorry, got a little thrown off by the weird burble noise that came out of nowhere.
Right.
She was probably off with Mazay training her, magic stuff.
Love it. Okay, so, since Senshin and Raijin have both described a significant amount of their time being spent training, Taishiro did as well, so, let's see.
Well,
Muscle.
technically, he just went to a bunch of theaters and stuff, but that counts.
Alex, no, this isn't Senshin's normal training. This is Senshin's, like, it's like, don't do any, it's like, don't do anything that would, be too dangerous or too hard on your bodies. It's like, got it. No regular training. What do you mean regular training? I'm not gonna ask David to collapse a cliff on me.
Okay.
For cannon training.
Yeah, cannon training.
But what if I wanted cannon training?
Oh
Sorry.
god, Senshin and Arashi would actually get along.
Arashi would love Senshin. Arashi would absolutely go, be my master or be my ally. You are cool.
Shout out to the fake campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah, if those two ever met, they would be best of friends. Huh. I'm kind of disappointed they can't meet now. Those two would hit it off. I wonder if any of our other character pairs would hit it off as well.
Who knows?
Who
Yeah.
knows?
We'll find that out in the future. Anyway, yeah, so... What? Oh, yeah, David. What was David doing? Because we haven't said him yet.
He was practicing runes.
Fuck, I don't remember.
so-
Anyway. What was the thing you were saying, Alex?
Alright, is that everyone?
Yes, that's all 6 people. Kana?
Kana. Well, she can't buy coffee anymore, so... I imagine she would have invested some of it.
Alright, cool.
Chucked it into a bank.
Eli, if you want to, just up his damage so we can actually do
That's
Whitebeard
fine.
versus... Yeah.
And for the... So I'm thinking, like, half of it she just, like, invested into a bank.
Yep.
And the other half...
It's not just what she's doing with the money, it's also what she's doing with the time. You don't have to do anything with the money immediately.
Yeah.
You're just being given advance pay because you have just been working for way too long straight and haven't been given a break, so the Virtual Duff Brigade is just giving you your pay in advance and 2 weeks holiday because you desperately need it.
Actually, hold on. I'm going to say that she's been I'm gonna say that she's been out and about, and no one really knows what she's been doing. I'll message privately.
All right, cool. Well, if that's the case, then Kana has been doing secret mystery things that we don't know what they were doing.
Muscle.
All right. I'm just gonna read through what Eli sends me, and then I will continue on.
God, I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Okay. All right. In that case, I will continue on while Eli types. If you can focus on two things at once.
I should be able to.
All right. So, after about 2 weeks, you will receive the Virgil Death Brigade will receive a second set of messages. The first set was basically just saying, "Take it easy. We're gonna want you to attend a meeting in the Floatilla in about 2 weeks, so that you can replace a party member that you have lost, and so that your squad can go up to its full complement of 6." Also because they were saying that they had a brigade-wide meeting that they wished to engage in. There will be 3 letters sent to the party. One will be sent to Kana, which, let's see. Okay. Alright. By scouting, do you mean existing or new?
No.
Alright, cool. And are you looking throughout Orthrend / the Justine Empire, or are you looking at, let me just private message it to you.
She would have started in Orthrend and then expanded out to everywhere within the range of the Virgil Dove.
Okay, so you're looking for new people across a wide space.
To replace.
Pardon?
To replace Z. Z was the one that left.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
There's a part 2 for this fucking campaign. The 100 million downloads done with Gear 5.
All right.
Oh, damn.
There's apparently 4 fucking parts.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Sweet. Okay, so let's see. Kana's letter will just state that the squad should go to the headquarters because they are going to need to get a new member to replace Zhep, who got replaced by a changeling and then ended up joining another squad in the meantime. And also that they have replaced the Commodore of the group that Kana is in. So they want her to meet the Commodore. Kana, make an insight check. And Senshin, you will receive a letter, which is a simple letter of invitation. Basically, the Virgil Death Brigade is saying, we want you to come here so that you can train some of our people in self-defense and how to fight and protect themselves. We will give you a large amount of money in order to do that. So the Virgil Death Brigade is specifically asking for your presence so that you can teach people how to fight. The offer is also extended to other members of your party.
So, Alex, you were saying something else before we got distracted a little bit before about because some of us did stuff that sounded like we were training.
I was going to say that those of you that did stuff that sounded like training could do an extra training roll. So,
do you want us to?
David, so let's see. David trained. Senshin and Raijin both trained. And so did Taishiro. Kana.
Yes.
Kana, I'll say that you can increase your charisma. Actually, yeah, increase your charisma by 1. And Andrew, let's see, what were you doing?
So first Senshin, then Raijin.
With performance.
Bless you. With Andrew, that would be.
That was snorts. It was not sneezing.
Oh, sorry.
Shush. Liam. Robbie.
His is professional at the moment.
All right, it has been increased to master.
Oh, sweet. No worries.
All right, and David and Taishiro, you may roll training.
All right, may as well.
Just a regular training roll?
Yeah, just a regular training roll.
Flat.
All right.
Okay.
No worries.
Well.
Oh.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, I tried, my guys, but yeah,
So
I
I
can't
got
help out rolls.
how much?
Yeah, that's more than
I got an
fine.
extra 2 then on both my characters.
Okay, that's
Okay,
+7.
fine. I will give you guys advantage.
Not
Okay,
me, I'm assuming, because I actually got something.
Alright, that's yours, Eli. This is mine. Okay, that's a lot better.
Okay. Cool.
+7. So that
I
would
need to
be
generate. Okay, that gives me 2
19.
at least.
All right. Cool. In that case, I think
Thank you.
everyone got 2 points, which is a
2.
acceptable amount. All right. Okay. So that is what Senshin got. Kana's insight. What's your insight proficiency?
Master, so that was a 23.
Okay. I am going to roll. Let's see.
Can I increase the damage? Increase the damage of Kana's basic attacks by spending 2 training points,
Yes.
like from 2d8 to 3d8.
Yes, you can do that. All right. So let's see. What's Rico's proficiency in deception? Does not have it. Okay. So Rico's 15 will fail. She also got a letter from the brigade, but she is acting really cagey about it, and she is putting in way too much effort to hide what is there. You're also pretty sure that if you confront her about it, that she will try to burn the letter. She
Eat the letter.
really
Eat the
doesn't
letter,
want you to
Rico.
see it.
Eat the letter, Rico.
Like,
On the one
Rico
hand, I
would
do
do
wanna-
that. She really does not want you to see it for whatever reason, and she is being
On
super
the one hand,
cagey
that'd be.
about it.
On the one hand, that'd be really hilarious. On the other hand, hold on a second. And Kana is going to. Kana is going to grab one of the psychic stones that we have,
Okay.
and try to contact. Let's go, Raijin. Hey, Raijin.
Oh no.
Hmm? What's up?
Hey, Raijin. I just had a. I've been meaning to try and bond with some of you guys in the B squad. So, you guys
Why do you
want?
keep calling
So,
us
do
the
you want
B
to come?
squad exactly?
Do you want to come watch Rico eat a letter?
What? I mean, I'm in, but what?
Cool. Cool. Meet me in the. Cool. Meet me in the main. Oh, what's the room that we all went to just after meeting the Queen?
Throne area?
Like the lobby place.
yeah, just call it the lobby.
Okay. Meet me and her in the lobby place in a. Meet me and her in the lobby place in about 10 minutes.
Fine, I was already training with Mazay anyway.
Oh, tell Mazay I said hi.
I will, I guess. She can hear this because I'm talking out loud instead of in my head.
Oh. Strange, I'm talking in my head. Hi, Mazay.
Sir, what did you want to see me? What did you want to see me about, Captain?
Is this 10 minutes later?
Yes, 10 minutes later.
Ah,
Have
Raijin,
you been
you're
enjoying
here?
your time off?
Yes, I am here. Hello.
Yes. Well, I've been enjoying what I get.
Fair enough.
Now I'm aware that now I'm sure you're aware, and that Raijin is aware that we'll have to be going to the Floatilla at some point to select a new member of Squad 48. Now that Zhep is missing in action to us.
Okay, I am just gonna keep rolling deception checks. Okay, so that one does succeed, so she doesn't stutter. Okay, yeah. I'm really looking forward to seeing a new member as well.
I also know that you ended up getting a letter from the Virtual Duck Brigade. Would
Yeah,
you mind
that's
would
standard.
you mind sharing the Yes, well, would you mind sharing the information with the captain? To be fully prepared.
I was told by the Commodore that I was told by the Commodore that sent me the letter that it was confidential. My apologies.
A confidential letter that would be a confidential letter that wouldn't be a confidential letter that a captain would the vice captain would need over a captain. I really want to see this letter.
Kana, it's confidential for a reason.
Confidential because it's nudes.
Well, then I definitely need to see this letter.
It's
Hey,
not
Raijin, you ready to hold?
nudes.
Hey, Raijin, can you hold her? Can you hold her down while we try to find this letter?
What? I'm not into women.
That's not what I was referring to when I said hold her down.
Okay. It is nothing sexual. It is a private mission briefing, which you will also be told once you get to the Floatilla.
Well, then there's no reason to hide. Well, then there's no reason to hide the information from us here.
There is.
After all, we're gonna say.
There is every reason to hide this information.
Can you kind of make like some sort of roll to try and like press her into eating the letter?
You will press her into eating the letter if it is found, and if you can find where the letter is, and Kana tries to wrestle it away from her. That will be when she will eat the letter.
Okay, well, can I make some sort of check just try and see where the letter is?
Yes, make a perception check. And I will contest with a deception
that
check.
is a...
I have no proficiency, so if you have proficiency, you win.
I do have proficiency.
Okay. You are able to tell that she seems to be working very hard to conceal a pocket in her jacket. It's on the inside of her jacket, and she is trying really hard to make it look like she's not constantly reaching down there to check that it's still there.
Kana is going to try to telepathically communicate with Raijin again. Hey, Raijin, do you have any water-based abilities?
No, I shoot lightning. I can electrocute her.
Raijin, you have sorcery points. You can change the damage type to water if you want to.
Oh wait, no, I can. Yeah, sure.
You've
I
got
can
sorcery points, so yes, you can do that.
Sweet, drench me.
What?
Just trust me on this one.
Okay. She'll shoot a water ball at Kana for no apparent reason.
Sea Dragon's water ball.
Are you all right, Captain? And Ryoko will just pull off her coat and try to dry Kana off with it.
Oh man, thanks so much, Ryoko. And snatch.
Ryoko is going to try and steal the letter from you.
Okay. Roll. Do we roll?
So I'd imagine you'd roll strength, and I'd roll sleight of hand, which I have no proficiency in.
Wait. So just flat strength?
I guess grappling.
Both of them are flat. Why does Kana not have grappling? I should give Kana grappling at some point.
Okay, let's see if your flat roll is better than my flat roll. No, okay. Ryoko is able to snatch it away from her. And you watch it goes, it's confidential, and then starts eating the letter.
Do I paralyze her now?
If you want, go ahead.
Okay.
Half-chewed letter.
I was just gonna paralyze her while she's halfway through chewing a letter.
I was gonna try and paralyze her the second she started eating it, so we could take the letter. But
don't you want to see her eat the letter? Actually, yeah,
I don't know.
All right, yes, I see her eat the letter.
Oh, was that? Oh, well, that's what we're doing here. I thought you actually wanted the letter. Okay, fine.
I thought that. No, I told you that I was going to show you Ryoko eating the letter.
Right. Okay. I'm just gonna. Yeah, right. She's just gonna cross her hands, cross her arms, and just sort of watch it, just half interestedly.
Now you're never getting it out of me. Please don't make me throw this up.
You okay, Ryoko? I mean, I knew that would work, but still.
I told you. It's confidential, and I have to follow orders, or I'm getting demoted.
You ate it?
Yeah.
How did I predict that you would eat it?
Well, we have known each other for a while. Plus,
Okay.
I don't exactly have good fire spells, and they work slower than just chewing on something.
Oh, you don't have good fire spells? Raijin will shoot a water ball at her.
How would fire help with that? Also, damn you, Raijin. Why are you throwing water balls at everybody?
Because they'd amuse
Also,
me endlessly.
Also, I know I was putting on an act earlier, but it is legitimately cold in here. My nipples are starting to poke out. So let's wrap this up.
Here's my jacket.
Imagine that soaking wet too now that I covered in water.
Damn you, Raijin. All right.
Oh, what? I thought, what? So, what? You don't want to see your crush's nipples?
Raijin, insight check. If you don't get a nat 1, you succeed. Okay, her face is gone bright red, and she is going, oh, okay, well, I am going to the showers now. Bye. I kept the information. Really? I am.
Remember to clean your hands up after you're done in there.
Okay. And Ryoko will leave the room.
Really have to do you really have to pull the big guns out so quickly?
Do I never not pull out the big guns immediately?
We were just having fun with the water stuff.
I know, but then I got to watch her implode. It was hilarious.
True. So we should probably also feel free to relay the information to the rest of Sentient's group.
What information?
That we're heading to the Floatilla.
Sentient told us. He got the first letter.
Well, technically, Kana and Sentient got their letters at the same time.
Well, yeah, he got the but he got the first letter.
I'm not too sure of the timeline, so I don't know if Kana would know that already or not.
Yeah, he took some time out of his very busy schedule of being a resident gym rat to tell us everything.
Isn't the god of muscles a literal rat person?
No.
Oh, is that just like a marketing thing?
No, actually, I think it's sentient, from what I understand. As in the marketing, literally the silhouette is just sentient.
Moving up in the world.
You know,
has Kana already figured out that Raijin's into sentient? Because if she hasn't, then she can make an insight check here to determine if Raijin's into sentient.
She figured that out back. She figured that out back in the
Yeah.
She figured that out back in the
Good
beauty
point.
contest.
It's not exactly subtle at all.
I'm sure that Jim's gonna get a lot more visits from you then.
Yes, because I definitely want to go near the place that smells of men.
Oh, of a man.
No, just men. It just. Do you know what a gym smells like, Kana?
I have 3 men. For the past couple of years, I've had 3 men on my squad. One of which is an orc. One of which is a half orc, and one of which is a dwarf.
Okay, now imagine that, but now imagine that, but there's 160.
Right?
But there's 160 people plus going through the building every day. It doesn't matter how many cleaning spells one uses; it will still stink of sweat and grunge.
Yeah.
Besides, if I want to see him shirtless train, I can just wait till he's doing his non-default training anyway.
True. Although at this point, shirtless sentient shouldn't excite you anymore, right?
I'm gonna get dressed for say now.
Be sure to wash your hands afterwards.
What?
And Kana will just leave the room.
Okay.
Yep, off to a riveting start, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Hey, first session back.
All right. And
Yay,
now that we've
circus.
done some stuff with Kana, and now that we've done some stuff with one of Eli's characters and one of Liam's characters, let's go over to what David has been doing this time. All right.
Fuck was that?
Fuck was what?
Do not know. All right.
Like
Desktop audio again.
All right. David.
Hi.
You are remembering a story that your father once told you. I am just going to start the music and start playing it. Okay. Many years ago, there was a man living in this very village who claimed to have found the world's heart, a piece of stone older than Thugale itself. He found it resting just above the abyss. Evil creatures were forced away from it. Those of pure heart were told that it was not yet time for its release. The Lord Darkane was the only one known to have touched it. Until him. Vorlor Mizaki. In his youth, he ventured to the heaven under hell, and there, he found the heart. When he returned, a green spiral appeared on his chest, the same as the stone. He said he'd seen something, but would never explain what, and he seemed to know things beyond the scope of a mortal mind. I'm not sure whether he avoided others, or whether others avoided him. He's always lived underground, studying runes, building something, preparing something else. Each time the villagers saw him, he had more runic tattoos. Nobody saw the merits of his lifestyle until the day the village was attacked. The raiders were true giants who molded the earth itself to fight us. The village was nearly buried. He wouldn't... But then, he stepped forward to defend us. All the hair on his body turned to a glowing green, and his spiral shone like the stars themselves. A shield of pure magical force appeared, and no matter what destruction those giants wrought, they could not break through. Soon, they ran in fear. Okay, and the timing went fucky. Okay, when the village tried to congratulate him, he merely told them that his presence here would doom them all.
Let's refresh the page. I'm not
He
hearing
wouldn't
any
explain
music.
any further to anyone but the village elder. After that meeting, Mizaki disappeared and was never seen in the village again. Okay, that should stop. The elders built a true village, modeled after his hideout, under the surface, and there they continued to build airtight ships for the sky. I've heard that other major villages has also been defended by an equally mysterious Vorlor, though none of them described his appearance in the same way. It has been many years, and whatever he discovered down there in Avernus has been lost to time. Whatever happened exactly is mere legend, but the legacy he left behind has undoubtedly saved all of Goliath kind. And that's the story that you remember. And David, Taishiro has been being a bard and bugging everyone in the party to hear stories of legends that they must have once heard. And so, to sate his curiosity, you told Taishiro this tale. Though it wasn't exactly told in the same way, Taishiro has since been informed of this. Well, Taishiro, what do you think of the story?
Cool.
Yeah, it's a very good story, ain't it? I thought always
Man,
told
and-
me.
I could totally make a. We could totally make a. We could totally write a book about that, or even make a play, a song. So this heart. Did he ever find out where it came from?
Well, I mean, hard to say. I mean, with the way the story was told.
No, it is exactly stated in the story. It was resting just above the abyss. I'm not going to make you roll history for that because that literally just happened.
Yeah, that is true. No,
Airhead, airhead.
What is it, I wonder? Do you think it still exists?
Oh, I'd say logistically it should. It should still be there, wherever it is. That's why I've been out here doing all these little experiments of mine. And also been telling this story.
You're trying to be more like Mizaki?
Yeah, I've always had a sense for exploration. I was always enthralled by the stories, so of course I love experimenting with these runes and seeing what I can make. It's always been a wondrous kind of thing. And I guess if you wanted a thematically accurate play, I mean, Yeah, I could be who'd I be? The mysterious Vor. That actually does sound like a lot of fun, I will admit.
So, this this Mizaki guy, he had different runes. He had more runes carved into him every time someone saw him.
Yeah, so essentially, the more he used the runes, he got tattoos. Effectively, he could channel the power through his body.
Does David have like runic tattoos on his body?
David can tattoo himself with runes, but none of them last. The fact that Vorlor was able to tattoo himself and the tattoos lasted means that he must know something about how runes work that neither David nor any other Goliath of this present day seems to know.
How come you don't? How come you don't have any tattoos on your body, David?
Oh, he's a very unique case. He figured out how to make them more or less permanent. What I do is very temporary. So David will show an example on his forearm.
Yeah. So it will give a temporary buff, but it's constantly consuming your mana to have it on, so it's not feasible to have those things on for very long. So typically the tattoos are built so that once they've expelled a certain amount of magic power, then they stop working and disappear so that you're not constantly hemorrhaging mana.
As you can see, well, it's spanning through my magic very quickly, which means it's a very short term. No one else has been able to figure it out. How he made those tattoos permanent. Now, well, yeah, it's lost to us. We just have temporary arm sleeves and all that kind of stuff.
Maybe it has something to do with the heart. Maybe because he found the heart, he was able to put those tattoos on himself. Maybe.
Eli, there's a lot of white noise coming from your mic.
Is there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
sorry.
Yeah.
I'll be 1 second.
Okay. Okay.
When you say white noise, you mean just like crackling sort of?
No, it's background noise that's filtering through.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like a little bit of
Sounds like
air.
It sounds like rain or rushing air or like water
rushing air or something like that. Yeah.
Interesting. I'll try turning off my fan.
Oh, it's the fan. It's the fan.
Oh, bro.
Okay, I've turned off my fan.
It's the fan.
Yeah, it was definitely the fan.
Fair enough. Right, maybe he just had more. Maybe he just had an insane amount more mana than most.
Yeah, that's kind of a deal. It's a massive mystery.
Taishiro, David, you may make a history or religion check. David will have advantage on this check due to being a Goliath.
Valid.
Alrighty then.
History or religion?
Yes, your choice.
Oh, well, history is higher, so I'll go with history.
Okay, I'll just roll and see what I get.
That's an 11. Oh, yep, that makes sense.
See if I have any pluses. No, I don't. Yeah, the 19's just flat. I do have a Arcana though, but that wouldn't really apply, to be honest.
Actually, would it? No, I'd say that is history, because Arcana would be like if you were observing his body right now and trying to figure out how it works. Since he and the heart are not here, I'm gonna say that it is not an Arcana check right now.
Okay.
All right. So you are pretty sure that in the legends that you've heard from the other Goliath clans, though you haven't heard the full thing in as much detail, each of them seemed to have different colored spirals, and each of them seemed to talk of different hearts. it seems like there was more than one Vorlor. It seems like there was one for every significant Goliath village, and that is why they are built the way they are today, and why they were all defended back at some point in the past. You are
Yeah.
aware of yours, which seemed to primarily use stones. There was another one who was said to use fire, another who was said to use what looked like air, but you're not certain whether it actually was or whether it was just a invisible force that couldn't be seen. And let's see. Alright, fire, earth, air, and one that just looked like light. There were 4 that you know of, and there were 3 other villages, although you don't know exactly the description of the person. Only that there was someone named Vorlor something or other that interacted with a heart and came back with some ability to defend the village.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, David will tell Taishro all of it. I'll throw down an illusion room just to make it easier to explain.
Alright,
Like
so
all the different
you give
tribes.
a basic illusion of just a guy with a spiral on his chest of varying different colors. Green for your guy, red for the fire guy, yellow for the light guy, and white for the whatever it was guy.
Yeah, as you can see, here they all are. Different clans, different villages and communities, I guess you'd say.
So is Warlord more like a title than an actual individual guy then?
Yeah.
You may roll a history check with advantage.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Honestly, either.
Oh.
Okay, well, yeah, it is
Oh,
a
him.
surname. It is a surname, a clan of sorts, but not a clan that lives in the villages of any other clan. It is a clan that is typically spread out among the other 4 major clans and typically tends to keep to itself.
Yeah, it's a surname. But they're a very reclusive bunch. They're spread out across the clans, but yeah, just a surname.
So it's like a family sort of thing.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, it's a family. Very spread out though. It's rare. Well, actually, it's just as the story says. I mean, you'd hardly ever see them. They're like once in a blue moon, or not even that.
You would be aware, you're not going to need to roll for this. In each Goliath village, there is a village elder. They're not in charge of the village, but they safekeep pieces of information, particularly if anyone has gotten a prophecy concerning the village or if there's any history that might need to be kept secret. And in the legend, the village elder was the only one who was told any of the information about what Vorlor Mizaki saw. And so it is entirely possible that your own village elder might have known a bit more. Not that he'd ever say it out loud, but it seems like there are some people who at least know a little bit more about the Vorlor household than most. But they also swore an oath of secrecy, so good luck getting anything out of them.
And good luck. Yeah, it's well, unfortunately, most of the other components of the story are kept very hush hush. So the elders know, but well, not willing to spill, oath of holding the secret in silence and that kind of thing.
It's so frustrating. Would they? Would they try to hide stories from people?
Well, I mean, there could be a multitude of reasons. power that the ancient heart contains could be very dangerous if someone untrained goes for it. Or it could be used for purposes that are not good for other people. Multitude of reasons. But yeah, that's the story. David's Special Expo or something like that.
Huh. Should tell the. I should totally tell the. Should totally tell my friends at the college about this. Thank you, David.
Yeah, all good, Taishiro. I think I might want to make a whole stage performance. Or just throw
Sorry?
illusions everywhere.
Man, the bards are not going to be happy. They've had like all this time to put on performances, and then the only performances that anyone goes to are the performances by two random yabos who don't even go to college.
Oh man.
The bards need to up their act, is all I'm saying. The bards are getting lazy. They're letting other people do the barding.
Well, technically, it's not my fault. It's just history. But yeah, I mean, if they find that more interesting, it's kind of their fault in the first place. What can I say?
No, it's fine. Although I will say, you definitely fit in better with the College of Lore than the College of Legends. College of Lore loves the pure history stuff. College of Legends likes to make stuff more entertaining. College of Lore kind of just writes old books. Which, granted, it is full of material for people to use for entertainment, but it's not exactly as entertaining by itself.
Actually, it's a very love-hate relationship between the two.
Well, yeah, the College of Legends absolutely loves being able to look through the accurate depictions and then make their own dramatized version of it. So they do find the College of Lore useful, but also the College of Lore massively looks down on them for making a lot of embellishments. So, yeah. And also the College of Lore would have to admit the College of Lore because it's they don't tell interesting stories, and they believe that that's kind of an essential part of being a bard. You're not even bards, you're just historians. Yeah, well, in efforts to make stuff entertaining, you don't even tell the true story. Yeah, the two don't like each other very much.
Yeah. But they do kind of coexist.
Yeah, they coexist out of necessity,
off each other.
and they do work with each other quite well. Sometimes the College of Lore actually requires assistance from the College of Legends because they typically struggle to get the funds to pay their researchers, which means that they can't continue with their business. So oftentimes they will sell documents to the College of Legends so that they can get enough money to pay for their researchers. It's a love-hate relationship that is codependent, but what can I do?
I think I'll get those to the 22s.
Alright.
Yeah, that's the story. That's definitely going to outsell the other bards.
Yes, Taishiro?
Sorry, I blanked out for a second there. So then, are you trying to become one of these vaulted?
Vorlors?
Warlords?
Yeah. I mean, to be totally honest, ever since the start when I was told these stories, I was always like, man, if only I could discover the mysteries of the world. I don't know. I feel like it's a great ambition, honestly. Discovering what is hidden and making it seen. And hopefully not screwing the world over while I do it.
Well, I think that's pretty noble. Kind of thinking I should start following a similar-ish path. Obviously, I still want to make things more entertaining and inspiring.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Showing the gnolls reclaiming their lives and showing their true strength. I mean, what you're doing is absolutely admirable.
We've only just started, but I wonder if someday we'll be able to find the heart.
Oh, I certainly hope so. I'd love that kind of journey. And I'd love to have the whole crew doing it as well.
Yeah. Though it would be difficult to convince Senshin and Kana to go along with something like that.
Hmm.
No, I think it's easy to convince Senshin to go to hell and to find a rock.
Yeah,
a rock
weirdly,
that might
does sound like
a rock
the kind
that
of
might
thing.
not exist.
Yep, we're convincing the party to
rock
go
that
to
might
hell to
not-
find a rock. Yep. Hey,
A rock that might a rock that might not exist and also might not even be in hell.
Yeah.
I have yet to see an issue.
Well, I mean, Senshin's the easy one. All I have to do is say it's some magical great rock. And he's going to be very noble going after a rock.
He would just have to put aside trying to find the swords for a little bit.
I've done that like 5 weeks in a row. I've done that like for most arcs in a row. I don't think he... To be fair, he has no leads, so...
Well, I mean, at the moment, I don't think he'd mind. I mean, he hasn't really...
Maybe once we finished off with this business at the Floatilla, we should propose the idea to them.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. It's gonna be difficult with the other one, though. What would I say to her? This is a chance for the brigade to bring peace to hell? Would that work? I'll have to come up with something.
I'm not sure if the brigade's gonna function in the hells. Aren't they spaces supposed to be scary?
Yeah, that is true, but then again, they are the brigade, so whenever there isn't peace, there should be. We can go by that logic to force them to go. I'm not taking hostages or anything. I'm just.
I was gonna say,
proposing.
yeah, you should definitely kidnap a captain of the Virgil Brigade. That'll go down well.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe don't
Let's just
kidnap
stick with-
Kana. Maybe that's a
Let's
terrible
just stick
idea.
with making. Let's just stick with making propositions to them.
Yeah, that is a good idea. I don't think they'd like it if I try to take Kana. I wouldn't want to stick her back in the mailbox. That wouldn't be nice.
What box?
Never mind. Don't worry, it's all good. We'll do the propositions. That'll work well. I mean, I could. Nah, I don't want to break that. Trying to bribe her with coffee would be a horrible idea.
She's on a. She's on like. She's on like forced medical leave for that, so probably not smart.
What about that guy? That Dragonborn fella? I mean, he seemed to be. Yeah, that guy. He seemed to work. Maybe if I do enough of him, enough copies, it'll lead her right there. Or maybe the rest.
Z hasn't been around for the past. Trying to count on his fingers. 4 weeks? 7 weeks? 4 weeks?
Yikes, that's a lot. Yeah, where is that guy gone? I mean, if you wanted to find a coffee room or an ancient coffee room, you could have just asked.
You recall that he was, in fact, at some point in Radvern Isle, replaced with a... You're not sure whether he's a changeling, but a guy named Ethan, who you met in... So, you met a guy named Ethan in Birmingwich.
Yeah.
You find out that since at some point in Radvern Isle, Z had been replaced by this Ethan for undisclosed reasons. This Ethan seemed to work very genuinely and faithfully for the Virgil Brigade, and then just revealed his identity and up and left. You have no idea what happened to the real Z, or if he even existed in the first place.
Yeah, that guy is a complete mystery. I don't even know. I don't even know if the guy even existed. Sheesh.
Well, regardless. Well, until then, let's train up to be as much like... I'm so sorry, I'm terrible with names, especially long ones.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Vorlor.
Oh.
Vorlaw. Vorlaw. The law of Vor.
No, no.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Mizaki.
Let's train you up with. Let's train you up to be as much like Vorlaw as you can be, huh?
All right, let's begin now.
All right, cool. These two train. Now I am going to switch over to Senshin since he hasn't done anything in a
Hello.
while. Hi.
Yeah, Senshin has been busy doing stat sheet stuff on his own campaign.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're so busy, then I'll do the title.
No, I'm back now. It was just doing minor things that I forgot to add or adding points on for Etna.
All right, sweet. Well, if that's the case, Senshin, when you get back from the gym, you'll notice that your lightning sword is acting strange. It's moving between several different positions. It is currently floating in the air and pointing between several different points. Towards Senshin, northwest and up a bit, straight down, down and to the left, erratically east, and since it's morning, it's just pointing in random directions east, pointing straight up, and north of northwest. And then it repeats the cycle again. You have no idea why your sword is doing this, and it's never done this before.
Can I roll like a guess?
Insight or Arcana. I know you're going to go with Insight because you don't even have Arcana on your stat sheet.
Yep.
I'm just
right,
saying that
see
if you want any more okay.
Well,
Even if you had
let me add Arcana really quickly.
Okay. Even if you had Mastery, you would fail that. You have no idea why the fuck your sword is doing this. You feel like maybe you should get a second opinion.
Who do I know who knows this stuff?
good with Arcana.
Who do I know that's good with magic? Especially lightning magic.
Probably
David!
I mean, there were two obvious answers, and I figured you'd figure out at least one of them.
Maybe I should get Levi.
Oof.
Yeah, but
Do you actually want to get Levi?
Fuck it, that seems like he's got gym brain. His blood isn't gone back to his brain. It's all in his muscles still.
Okay. Levi will come through after receiving a request from Senshin.
Hey,
this is literally my brain sometimes. Like,
yeah.
Hello.
Yeah,
what did
mine
you need
too.
to see me about?
My sword's doing that. It'll just point at the sword floating in midair and just pointing around the place.
I see. Is it attacking anything?
Nope.
Although
it's probably not best to have a giant flying. Or it's probably not best to have a full-size sword that flies around and points around directions without my control on it. That seems like a hazard for birds and flying people.
Yeah. I can't say I'm an expert on swords, but, well, most swords in the celestial realm do this. Although I don't see why this one would. It's a lightning sword, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, sword is flying around and pointing in random direction. Swords from the celestial realm do that. And this one doesn't have hero steel, which is like all the ones in the celestial realm. So it's not made
Now
of
that's
the
this
same
one.
material.
And he'll pull out Onimaru and just sort of point it in the air.
Well, that one's not on the fritz. So there appears to be nothing in common with the swords from the celestial realm and this one, aside from the fact that they're floating. Do you know what's at those points, or what's in those directions?
Nope.
Could it be an elaborate form of Morse code?
Elaborate? No, wait. I don't think so. Wait, think. What?
Is there
What do
anyone that knows more about these kinds of swords specifically? Like, why didn't you call your family about this? It seems like something they'd be a lot more experienced with.
because they're a kingdom, because we have a chunk of the Feywild between us and them right now, because they all went home after the war.
And you couldn't use a sending spell?
Yes, I can't use a sending spell.
Okay, well, if I get a sending scroll for you, then you'd be able to cast a sending spell. That would probably be significantly more helpful than asking me for help. I know about magic, but more about, also I'm echoing in Liam's.
It
Oh, yeah,
fucking
you are.
does piss.
Oh. Oh, shoot. Damn. Okay.
One of these days it'll stop doing that.
Well, contacting your family or someone else who's particularly skilled with sword magic or lightning magic might be a better choice. This isn't really my area of expertise.
Do I know someone who's good at that?
Am I the first person you've asked?
Yes.
I am still wondering why.
I went
What
to the.
about the
I don't know.
lightning
It was
mage
the
that
first
your
person that
friend
came into
was?
my head after I spent the. Look, I spent the last 8 hours at the gym. My brain is exactly thinking well.
Okay. Why don't you ask either your family, who are experts with swords, specifically these swords, which they made, or why don't you ask the lightning mage, who is presumably quite familiar with all of the weird lightning stuff that goes on?
Right, I do know a lightning mage who's good at this stuff.
Well, it would probably be more helpful to ask her. Also, maybe get some water, man.
Fine, I just have a need for the.
If your brain's this
Look, I'm
out of
fine,
it, you should probably take a little break.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm just working off adrenaline and about 8 kilos of meat every 2 seconds.
You gotta take breaks or you're gonna burn out. And then you're not gonna be able to train the way you are, and you won't be any help to anyone.
This is my cooldown training.
This isn't cooling down.
Yeah, no, this is my cooldown training.
What I mean is, if you don't rest in between, you aren't gonna regenerate properly. Even with your super regeneration abilities and the ability to come back from the dead, you still need to rest at least a little bit. Less than us normal people, sure, but still a bit.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I probably shouldn't do that, because if I do much longer, I'll basically be turning into your sister with the coffee.
Yeah, and you don't want to do
And
that.
I would rather avoid that. Yeah, no, I'd rather avoid that. Okay, I'm gonna get ration and then have a nap.
You do that. Alright, I'll get back to work.
Later, man.
See ya. And Levi will leave, looking more confused than ever.
Remember when they hated each other?
Yeah, he is going to go knock on Kana's door.
Hello?
Hey, can I see you for a minute?
Oh, great. What's it gonna be about now? No, just give me a second. Like, open up the door and walk out.
You're looking better now. Your friend, on the other hand, is working himself to death.
Which one? You're gonna have to be more specific.
Senshin.
Ah, that makes
Rika's
sense.
already finished working herself to death in the first week, I believe, and now she's just constantly, I believe, following Nessa around. The only reason I'm aware of that is because of the number of times I've had to arrest her for indecent exposure. Nessa. I shouldn't have to clarify that, but...
You did not have to clarify that at all.
I know.
Ascension.
I'm
With
surprised.
Ryoko, it was easy.
It always used to be you working yourself to death. You're looking better now, though.
Yes. I haven't had a lot to do recently, so I've just been keeping myself busy with community work and all that. What to do about Ascension though? It's gonna be necessary for the discussions of the Floatilla. Have him be. Alright, I guess I should go talk to him.
Well, if I want to make sure that he doesn't die as well, so if I can help with that, then I'd be happy to. The rest of your squad looks like they're doing alright.
Why were you with Senshin of all people?
Wasn't my
You need
idea.
more help
He
with
asked me for help with his sword being on the fritz. It's flying around and pointing in random directions, and for some reason he thought I was the one to ask.
I see. Which sword would this be?
The sparky one, the lightning one.
He didn't call the lightning mage.
I assumed he had already called the lightning mage until he said I was the first one he asked for some reason. I think he may have lost his marbles.
Alright, I'll definitely go talk to him now. To bring this to my attention.
That's alright. I figured you'd want to know about your friend potentially going batty.
Oh, he's probably already batty, not gonna lie.
True.
And
he did try to solo a
Carnival.
dragon.
Thank you, I succeeded at soloing a dragon.
Didn't Dad once have to fight a dragon?
Yeah. It was a difficult fight, but he made it out.
Good.
Maybe one day we can do something that incredible as well.
Maybe. Maybe you can at least. Right.
Alright.
I'll go over.
Alright.
And
I'll see you later.
And Kana will basically DM Raijin and just say, "Hey Raijin, Senshin needs your help."
Max speed.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, I'm here. What's the problem? Why is the sword flying in midair? That's kind of why I wanted you here, you know. That would make sense.
Jesus, you're already... Okay, I shouldn't have been surprised. I did say that he needed your help.
It's basically a summoning
What's that mean?
jutsu.
How's that mean,
It's
then?
summoning jutsu. That's how Tristan gets everywhere.
Except his may very well be a summoning jutsu.
Potentially.
Alright. Ascension.
Yeah?
Seems to be the issue.
That. I just point at the flying sword in midair again.
Raijin, what seems to be the issue?
Just kind of just look at it and just give up.
Well, yeah, she's not that great with magic shit.
Okay.
She actually has no proficiency with Arcana.
Okay.
Okay, if that's...
I am going to get you to make a insight or investigation check, Kana. That would be the only check you can make. Raijin, you can make an Arcana check with advantage.
Oh, with advantage? Okay.
Alright.
I think I succeed a little bit.
Master.
Alright, cool. Alright,
Master,
both
so that's...
Raijin and Kana succeed. Lightning magic has a tendency to have some magnetic properties. Kana, you will see that it seems to be going in several different directions. Let me just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will be going in 7 different directions. You will recall that Senshin has 7 swords that were stolen.
8. But...
7 aside from the lightning sword, which is currently pointing.
Fair.
What about the fire sword?
It
Is
is
it pointing
on
towards the fire
Senshin's
sword?
person.
Does it point towards Senshin at any point?
It does not point to... Well, it does point towards Senshin, who is currently carrying the fire sword. And Raijin, you are aware that lightning spells have been known to have some magnetic properties, and with magic, there is a particular technique that allows people to find each other with 2 near-identical items. It's typically used on, say for example, rocks, paper, jewels, that sort of thing. it's used as a subtle way for people to track each other, kind of like the find object.
So it's a Vivre card.
Yeah, essentially. So there so that is a form of magic that is known but not all that commonly used because it's a bit of a pain to set up. It's expensive, but it's quite effective at locating objects that you couldn't normally locate. It even works through barriers, magical barriers, because of the fact that it only shows you the direction rather than the exact location. Sir, what do you wish to do with this information?
So that's what's pointing to the other swords, right?
Probably what makes the most sense.
Wow, I
Can
didn't
you
even
stand on
think
the
of that.
other? Can you stand on the other end of the sword for a second?
Okay, and he'll just walk to the other side of the room.
Okay.
Does the sword still fluctuate to him?
The first point will go towards Senshin, who is now on the other side of the room. It will then go northwest and up, straight down, down and to the left, erratically east, straight up, and north of northwest.
Okay, it's definitely pointing towards the swords, including the one that you've got on you right now, by the looks of it. If that's
Neat.
the case, what is it? Hold on. And kind of will pull out a paper and start jotting these down.
Okay.
So, they were...
I'll write it down. Towards Senshin, northwest and up a bit, straight down, down and to the left, erratically east, straight up, north of northwest.
Straight down to the west.
Northwest!
Northwest, south, southeast.
East. Erratically east. Left, not west. Straight up, north of northwest.
Yeah.
Northwest. So, straight up, north.
Okay,
West.
so from Orthrend, north of northwest is roughly in this direction, which means that it is either here, here, or here. It is definitely on the horn.
Okay, so it looks like... Raiden, do you have a map? Raiden?
Hello, Liam?
Okay, for a second. What's up?
Perception.
Hello? Okay. Raiden, do
I'm
you have a
back.
map?
Yeah, here. Just pull one out.
Sweet. Do you have something to do with trade routes? Okay, so my best guesses are... Northwest from here would be around... somewhere on the horn. Looking at a horn sword.
So it looks like your best guess is either the capital of the Zanate Kingdom, a
East
village in
looks
the
like-
north of the Vegrian Kingdom, or somewhere in the Askian Dynasty.
Anywhere within there. East faring. There's also another one that's going northwest as well, as slightly up. Best guess is that it's on the top of a particularly tall mountain.
You would be aware that the one in the Vegrian Kingdom is in a valley, but the Zanate Kingdom is up on a bit of a hill, and it is typically quite difficult to climb. It's not quite a mountain, but it is a tall hill. So your best guess is that it's not in the Vegrian Kingdom, but it could be either in the Zanate Kingdom or the Askian Dynasty.
We're probably looking at least one sword in Zanate or Askian. Askian?
Askian.
Askian. Okay. Either Zanate or Askian is probably where we should. Is probably where that one will be. Also, the one that's to the east, but it's moving so erratically.
By erratically east, I mean it's moving everywhere from here to here. It is still very much on the eastern side, but it doesn't seem to be consistent with where it's pointing.
no indication that this is taking. There's no indication of distance from here, so it could be that it's rapidly moving between Afrin and Cancasta. It's honest. Are there any swords that would move that like that on their own? You know? Attention?
Would he know?
The lightning sword is the only one that is capable of moving like that, and it is
Just that
currently
one.
here.
If that's the case, that's the case, it's probably more likely that the sword is a lot closer and is moving a shorter distance, which is causing the blade to also move that is causing the compass to point a lot further. So it could even be on the Justine Island.
Okay. All right. And from your
Although that's
guess,
just a guess.
from your best guess, north of northwest, is most likely, somewhere in the Asawaki Isles. You're not sure exactly where.
Northwest. Come to think of it, would probably be somewhere in Asawaki.
I covered everywhere on both those isles.
There's 3 islands in Asawaki, actually.
Oh shit, it's the third one. That's fine. I can train for that later.
I'm pretty sure the 3rd island isn't even within the king's jurisdiction.
It is not.
I mean, legally it's still a part of Asawaki Island, but Mr. Ferdinand holds no power there.
Yeah.
The place has a reputation for being a land of death in more than one way. There is no living plants there. There are no animals, and any
These
people
swords
there are not among the living.
Is it possible for these swords to be killed?
No, but one of them is full of death energy.
I'm gonna place some money on. I'm gonna place some of my money on the necrotic sword being in Asawaki.
Yeah, that's one for Orochi, so that's not a good thing.
As for the ones that point straight down, that could be anything. Underground. There could be the underground, underdark, hell, even the hells. Though the hells technically sit, if I'm correct, the hells sit on another dimension, so.
Yes, but how would a sword that only has 3 dimensions in which to indicate its position be able to indicate different dimensions?
That's a good point. If I said that just now.
Kana, I figured that Kana would be intelligent enough to figure it out, so that's why I said it, because that would be something that Kana would be able to figure out.
Wait, someone else hear the voices? Oh wait, no, that's just me still.
So then, it could just be like a regular compass, and how regular compasses can't show altitude. If that's the case, then the one that points straight up. Well, I have some ideas about where that's gonna end up. Where that is. Also, I'm gonna double my bet that one's the radiant sword.
The one in the down, or the one in the up,
right?
Yeah, that was the other one of Orochi's.
The one in the up.
Cool.
All right, looks like we've actually got some locations for you, Senshin. Why did the sword start doing this now, of all times?
I don't know. It's always for some cool reason or something.
Make an insight check into your sword, if you want.
Sure, I'll insight my sword. I have better insight with my swords than the concept of how they work. It's only novice though, so it's like 12.
Okay, you don't succeed. You have no idea why the hell your sword is doing this now. It's being weird. Raijin, make another Arcana check into the sword this time with advantage.
Thank you.
Good thing you had advantage. Okay. Alright. So, looking at the sword, you've seen magic like the find object spell, particularly with near identical objects. It's typically turned off by just pulsing some mana through it. Typically, if you do it while it's in its neutral phase, which it typically stays in for about 5 seconds before pointing back in another direction, then it will just go back to being a sword rather than being in Find My Sword mode. And you can also just channel mana through it in a particular way to get it back to sword compass mode.
We can probably turn it back on and off pretty easily, so long as Senshu just shoves a bit of his mana through it. Probably. Well, I should do that. Might make it less of a bird hazard.
Probably a good idea to clear the airspaces.
Okay. Alright. So, Raijin shows Senshin how to deactivate and reactivate his Find My Sword mode. So you can reactivate that whenever you feel like it. Out of combat. Only out of combat.
Yeah, probably not useful in combat, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, having a floating sword in combat might be useful, especially if it moves on a predictable path. That could be very useful if you know what to do with it, but you're not allowed to do that in combat, just out of combat for the sake of my sanity. But yeah, so if you start moving in a particular direction, then you may attempt to figure out where stuff is and guess if you're getting closer. Like, if you go down far enough, then the one that's pointing straight down might point to the side instead. You never know. Well,
yes, that would be something that he could use in combat if he could think about it.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to, because, no.
You're not allowed to think.
You're not allowed to use Find My Sword mode in combat.
Oh, why not? I wanted
Genuinely,
to
what the
cause you
fuck?
problems.
Okay, how could you... Alright, describe to me how you would use it in combat.
Shove it inside something's mouth. Something inside a large animal's mouth and just have it keep spamming around.
Okay, so you wouldn't use it in an intelligent way. That's good.
It's essentially what we're talking about. He can be intelligent in battle strategy sometimes. Other times, he's acts his age.
He most certainly
All
does.
this Senshin.
Alright. So, now that Senshin has figured out the Find My Sword mode of the Lightning Sword, now we will go over to Taishiro, who will be the last little thing of the off time, and then we can get you guys on the boat shipping off to the Floatilla, same as before. So, Taishiro, you are going to the college to meet with Ruma. He is going to teach you, since you're going to be setting off again soon, how to set up a remote meeting with the classroom. It's an option that is typically available for bards who are on the move or working during the time, so they'll typically end up doing it like that. And because of weird time dilation between the surface and the Feywilds, typically the sending spell can actually be sent in advance, so you can actually attend the class in real time, sort of, because of time dilation bullshit. It doesn't really make sense, but the Feywilds kind of works on a different time to the surface.
Oh, you're adding temporal dimensions to this shit.
What I'm saying is flexible hours and pre-recorded lectures, which makes perfect sense in the real world, but it's very difficult to explain how this shit works in the fantasy world. So I'm trying my best here, okay?
Doesn't Fetrus like tech shit? And wouldn't we have magical recordings? This is the thing anyway.
Yeah, but also you can attend the night lecture. Okay. You can attend the night lecture in the Unseelie Court, which can occur at any time of the day because it's always the night. Actually, no, it's not always the night lecture anymore because it's here. It's not in the Feywilds. Yeah, okay. You can either listen to the pre-recorded message or you can attend live if you log on at the right time. Also, time is fucked. Also, technology is not really accessible unless you're friends with Triss. She tries really hard, but everyone just prefers to use magic because, I don't know, it's the norm. Technology's too much work. There are too many devils embedded in it.
What?
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 Okay, have you guys never used a printer? Anyway.
Have you used the printer correctly?
They're all devil-possessed.
Or maybe you just have the tech issues of a senile grandma.
I am not a senile grandma. My printer is possessed. I'm telling you, every printer is possessed.
And that must be a really evil printer.
So should we
Damn.
call social services or...
What? Why would you call social services?
Well, you clearly need a carer if you're going that mad.
If I'm going mad, then literally everyone who has ever worked admin is also going mad.
Printers aren't that hard to work, Alex.
I'm not saying they're hard to work. I'm saying that they're possessed by a malevolent deity. Or demon. I'm saying that they sense fear. They can tell when you need something printed quickly, and then they always break. I'm saying that they always claim to be out of ink, even though they're full to the brim with it.
Are you? Is this supposed to convince us that you're not crazy or something?
I don't care. I'm just trying to do a speech, okay?
Yeah, your passionate speech about possessed printers. Like, sheesh.
Okay. Anyway, I will stop distracting myself. My apologies. I showed
I
my
never
weird
knew-
side for a second there.
And such compelling.
Oh, did you? I didn't
arguments
notice
about
in between you
I-
screaming mad obscenities about a fucking printer.
I never said any obscenities. I never swore about it. Anyway, Eli?
Off to see the rumor.
Yes, okay.
The wonderful rumor of.
Okay, anyway. So you are given an assignment. I'm not gonna run through the whole thing because that would be an entire Magic Uni lecture, which I don't think anyone else particularly cares about. So you are given an assignment which is based on fieldwork. All of the students are being encouraged to seek out legends that have not been written about extensively so they can write a unique take on it. Bonus points if it's a particularly old legend that hasn't had a lot of bards talking about it. They're not saying that you need to find anything completely new, just that you need to find something that hasn't had any of the famous bards of the world write about it. So, the lecturer is recommending either going to the Unseelie Court, because that was, until very recently, in a different realm. Also suggests the Nine Hells or the Celestial Realms as places which may have some untold stories in the surface. So, he's suggesting any of those might be a good place to go if you're trying to look for some old legends that aren't as well known on the surface. It can be returned either in person or via the sending spell illusion thingamajig. And the lecturer gives a couple of examples of the kind of stories you can seek out, such as how a holy or infernal metal was first created, how the ruling families of the Feywilds gained their powers, or any particularly legendary generals of the Unseelie Court. As a not real option, you can tell that the lecturer is joking. He's saying that if any students want to play detective to find a legend that has yet to be told, they could seek out ancient mysteries, though they would be advised not to seek them out alone without an adventuring party. One of the mysteries that he mentions is the origin of a set of mysterious laboratories. They're filled with writings in a script that nobody seems to be able to understand, but nobody's mind is damaged by attempting to comprehend it. Each time these writings have been touched in an attempt to translate them, they have tended to explode in the face of whoever touched them. the only script in these laboratories that anyone has been able to translate is a plaque in common up the front. Do not enter. Traps ahead. No loot. Just explosive runes. Adventurers. Mitts off. Why didn't I use a protection spell instead of explosives? Now I can't get in. Well, time for a new lab.
It sounds like there's not really a whole lot of mystery there, huh?
The mystery is the fact that no one's ever been able to find what's inside these labs, because every time anyone got close to the center of the labs, the entire laboratory has exploded around them. However, despite the massive scale of the explosion and the fact that they tore through straight obsidian, no one caught in the center of the explosions has ever been killed. They don't know... They don't know who made these things. They don't know when these places were made. They don't know why these places were made. They don't know what was studied in there. Only that it appears to just be a strange and rather explosive bomb. The lecturer will joke to the class that if they can find that story, they shouldn't be sitting here listening to the lecture. They should be teaching the class. Nitro is told to go work on his assignment and logs off.
And
what do you wish to do with this
magic
information?
has come so far recently. Go find the nearest go find the nearest lab.
Okay. Well, there have been stories of. Let's see. There was stories of one completely ruined lab in the underground, and one in Dis. There were known to be others in the Hells, but it doesn't specify what layer. Except for the fact that there was also definitely one in Avernus.
Taishiro is going to go grab a book on the Hells and start trying to figure out what the different layers are.
Alright. Just give me a sec. I will get a planar map up, because that will probably be helpful. Okay. Where'd my planar map go? That's not the right planar map. Where's the current planar map? Okay. Apologies for the, mess. Oh, crap. I uploaded that to the wrong layer. Just give me a sec.
Old senile grandma.
I'm not a grandma. Shut up. I'm not a grandma.
Making it so easy, man.
A requirement for being a grandma is being female. I was gonna say senile, but no, that's not a requirement. The requirement is also, you know, having children who have children, which I do not.
Senile.
Oh, shut up. Shut up and get on the planar map. Apologies about the clutteredness of it. I tried my best.
Damn.
Okay.
I read Skylands and Sex Islands.
Of course you did.
I'm very tired.
So, this is...
So, as you can see, you guys are on the surface. Above the surface is the Sky Islands. Pointing straight up is the Celestial Realm.
Above that, the plane of stars.
Yeah. The elemental planes kind of exist, sort of... They can be accessed from certain places. They're not exactly where they appear. So, say for example, the Plane of Storms can be accessed on the surface, and the Feywilds less so, but it can't really be accessed on anything lower than that. The Plane of Water can be accessed from the surface, the underground, Underdark, Minaros, etc. The Plane of Earth can be accessed from anything below the surface. Plane of Frost can be accessed from Stygia and Kanaya. Plane of Storms can be accessed from Kanaya as well. Plane of Air can be accessed from pretty much any plane. Plane of Fire is from Fledgethos, as well as a couple of others. But...
I imagine Melody.
Yeah, so The Hells are directly beneath the Underground and Underdark. So, what specifically do you wish to know about the Hells?
Oh, first he was just going to get the names and stuff.
Okay.
So, one of them was said to be in Dis.
Yep. Dis. Ruled by Lord Aristol. Minaros. The land of poison and death.
So Detroit.
Fledgethos. The land of fire.
So Texas.
Australia.
Stygia. The land of ice.
So Canada.
Yep, Canada.
Malbolge. The mechanical capital of the world.
So Tokyo.
New York.
Tokyo, yep. Oh, New York, yeah, that works.
World. Ruled by Lord Darkane in name. Maladamini. Ruled by Lady Akaza herself. And Lord
This is the land of...
Home. And it has the title of Birthplace of All Demons.
Australia.
Kanaya. The Shield of Storms. And Avernus. The Heaven Under Hell.
Okay, maybe Avernus is Australia.
Maybe.
So, yeah. A lot of the stuff on the Hells is very much common knowledge and would be easy to find in this book, so just ask me questions about it and I will tell you answers.
Alright. So can Taisho just keep the book?
Sure.
Because I feel like this is going to be relevant later.
So, he will need to purchase a copy of the book, so he will go to the library, return the library's copy, and then go to the bookshop and purchase one, but he absolutely can purchase one.
Alright, well yeah, he'll purchase a copy of the book and he'll go, So, one in Dis, which is the looks of it the closest layer. That means there's a way to get there from the underground or underdark.
This is well known as the land of folly and deception. It is known as the place where you absolutely should not carry a wallet because people will try to steal stuff from you, and thieves are seen as celebrities there. It is an incredibly fun and entertaining place to go if you don't mind having all of your stuff stolen. If you do find another hell, it's LA.
Avernus is the one that the hell... it's Fortitude.
No changes whatsoever.
Yeah, no changes.
It's LA, but with people with horns.
Yeah, just the clientele changes. It's still like
it's exactly the
center
same,
of
it just looks
discos.
slightly different because it's flavored tiefling rather than human.
It's LA but larger.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for Desert is
Pretty
located
much
in
the
hell.
entire realm is like 70% of the realm of Dis is the city of Dis. It is by far the biggest city. It probably spans a full continent on the regular world, so it is big.
So... Okay, and the heart was found in Avernus, the very bottom layer.
Avernus, right above the abyss. It isn't marked on this map, but you would be aware that the very bottom of the world, just like the plane of stars is the nothingness above the world, the abyss is the nothingness below the world. Any creatures that have fallen in have never reappeared, even gods. It is the empty, featureless nothingness beneath the world. It's said that Kanaya is a shield of storms, and that Avernus is so closely patrolled by Axum and those following him, because they seek to ensure that nobody falls in, that nobody even gets close. part of the responsibilities and the role of the gods of the Zodiac is to make sure that no one falls in there.
It's gonna be
Most of
difficult to get
Avernus is
down.
completely safe. There's only one specific spot, which is heavily guarded by multiple gods, where you can even access the Abyss. And that's almost certainly where the heart was.
It's gonna be really difficult to even convince them to go down there. Maybe we should start small and work our way. If we can get to the...
Has he met this group before? How many suicide missions have we gone on?
This is a suicide mission to go look for a rock that might not even exist, and also possibly pissing off multiple creator gods.
Yeah? We're idiots.
You saw what happened last time Pinko got mildly annoyed. Not even pissed off,
Also,
just
like, half...
mildly annoyed.
Also, like, half... Also, every single inner demon that, every single inner demon that's mentioned specifically has vendettas against the Abyss. Shit like that.
Oh yeah, that too. Damn.
Well, yeah, good news is the Abyss is scared of Ashura, so, yay.
Ashura has problems with the Abyss. Amaterasu has problems with the Abyss. That's all the ones that I can. That's all the ones that we know of so far.
Those are the only demons that have showed up, I think. Yeah, those are the only demons that have showed up.
Well, demon, quote unquote, demon metaphorically.
I'm just gonna use demon for simplicity's sake.
But if we can get the heart, it'll inspire a whole race of people. Right? It seems like this actually gets some traction. So if we can convince to just get to Dis, maybe we can sneak over to Avernus.
That does require you to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 other hells in order to get to Avernus.
Fine, it's fine.
Including the plane of poison and death, which is right below Dis. The basically elemental plane of fire, like 90% of the elemental plane of fire is in Phlegethos, 90% of the plane of frost is in Stygia. Malbolge is actually pretty decent. Like, that place isn't all that bad. Maladamini, if you have angelic heritage, you're probably not going to be very well liked down there.
So I'm fine.
Pardon?
So I'm fine.
Yeah. There are a few members of the party that might have some issues down there. I won't specify who, but there are a few.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I just wanted to check on it because we won't watch the One Piece episode today. It looks like the next episode's done by Chansard.
Cool.
Nice.
So, what's the? Well, if I made it out of my master's place, then I can surely make it through Hells.
Yep, you're definitely overqualified for a journey to hell.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, fake David.
Yes, I'm just mysteriously disappearing while I'm standing so still that I become invisible to the naked eye.
Alright, David, stealth check with advantage.
Okay.
Oh, I was thinking it was like a plush toy that he made of David or something.
The plush toy of David falls behind the bed. It is completely invisible. It was so still it became invisible. Also, David, the real David, is rather confused as to why you have a plush toy of him.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Fair enough.
So, yeah, I think this will work. Okay, time to start putting together a big list of reasons why we need to go to hell.
Alright. So, while Taishiro is scheming... Oh, dear lord. Taishiro, scheming. Okay, so Taishiro is scheming. I'm pretty sure we've went through most of the stuff that people are doing in their off time. So, everyone, I'm just gonna move you back to the world map now. Everyone is going to get on a boat and... Okay, let's see. Everyone is going to get on a boat and start traveling, and I'm gonna put some travel music on. No, I don't need the arrival. I need that one. Okay. After a while,
Sorry.
you guys travel for about a day, and you're able to get to the flotilla with relative ease. Nessa is running the helm of the ship, and the crew seems to be in pretty good spirits. Especially Ryoko. Although that's probably because she's gonna be getting a new member, or maybe it's something else. You guys can't tell. You guys doing anything interesting while you are on the ship?
Muscle.
Okay, Senshin is overexerting his muscles.
Hey, Senshin! Put the weights away. We're gonna need you to not be exhausted for the... No, Senshin. No training until we get to the flotilla.
This isn't training. This is a cooldown exercise.
No, it's not. Okay, go eat.
I am eating. He just look over. He's doing push-ups, and every time he pushes down, he just eats another tray of food.
Also, it's like the Kung Fu Panda thing.
Yeah,
Okay, who the hell let him do this?
Why do I imagine David's just on the other side, just passing
will
food
not
over?
leave the helm.
Okay, Raijin, can you paralyze him?
Sorry, what? Well, I wasn't paying attention.
Fuck, you're too horny. Okay, I guess I'll do this. And Carter's gonna try and restrain Senshin to stop him from working out.
Okay.
Oh.
Is that a roll to hit, or is that a save from Senshin?
Let me double check the ability.
Oh boy.
Muscle.
That's a roll to hit, by the looks of it.
I just had a funny idea.
Okay, roll to hit Senshin.
She's using a dart.
Okay. Alright,
That's
I believe that hits.
Professional, so...
Okay, you have champion level 2, which means that is not a crit, but it's very close on.
Yes, well, it's just it's quick restraint, so...
Yeah, that should hit. Okay,
Senshin,
Senshin,
you are restrained. You can make a strength saving throw to try to break free.
Training! I'm gonna roll break free.
What's the DC, Kana?
Well, the move just says it's professional proficiency.
Okay, so that would be 11 plus professional proficiency at your level, which is 10.
9, so 20.
What?
21.
Are we doing it by I thought we were doing it by my system now.
I have not transferred over yet.
Okay, well, I can't break out of that right now, so he's just gonna keep rolling to break out every time he can.
Okay, roll again.
We need you at your full. We need you to not be exhausted for the
19.
flotilla.
Okay.
Are you sure?
God,
Are you sure it should be a 20-something? Because that seems a little high.
It is a little high. I just haven't flipped over. I'm just gonna not make you roll and just say that after like a minute you managed to get out.
Senshin, we need you to not be exhausted for this flotilla, okay?
I won't be. We've got like another how many hours until we get there?
30 minutes.
See.
2 minutes.
Bullshit.
2 minutes. That doesn't seem.
How long do we have until we get there?
All right. As you're saying that, Nessa will say, "Okay, all right, almost here." When you look ahead, you don't see anything. You assumed that a flotilla would be, I don't know, some kind of big ship that other ships would dock to, or some kind of on-sea dock. Whatever it is, you don't see it. And then Nessa tells you, all right, folks, it's time to look up. And then you see it. a giant ship up in the sky. It's an artificial floating island. And after a minute, a ramp made of ocean water is lowered for the ship to sail up. And Nessa navigates you to the top as you arrive at the Floatilla.
Whoa! Whoa!
You'll see plenty of other ships are there. If it's one ship per squad, then there's probably about 50, maybe more. Kana? That means the entire brigade. The
Been a
brigade
while
has
since I've
50
been here.
squads.
A war going on right now.
They're completely unprecedented. They wouldn't need to gather all 50 for... Is there something threatening the entire structure of the Virgil Dove Brigade? So this is a cool theme.
Yeah, thanks. Alright. Sir.
So... Alright. Guys... Looks like we should be prepared for a lot more than we were at first anticipating. As many ships implies the entire Virgil Dove Brigade is all gathered at this one island.
It's been a number of years since you've been at the Floatilla. It looks about the same as it used to, except for the fact that it seems like the docks are a little bit more worn down. You also notice a couple more portals. One feature of the Floatilla that it has is being the base of a peacekeeping organization that is pretty well cut off from the rest of the world. It has teleport keys so that it can send Virgil Dove Brigade members to the capital cities of all 4 of the kingdoms. But it looks like there's a couple more now. It looks like there's 5, maybe 6. It looks like 1 is still under construction, but there are definitely 5 currently. You see a label on it saying Unseelie Court. Looks like you have a new member.
I suppose that makes sense. Still all 50?
You see a lot of
Stay on your
people-
toes, everybody. Let's just saying that to the rest of the crew.
Alright. Once the ship is locked up, you go for a bit of a wander around, and you'll see that a lot of the people seem to be relatively relaxed in the lower ranks, but the captains, some of the squads, they look like they've been through hell. Several of them have scars that look like they were fairly fresh. Looks like they've only just stopped bleeding and they've just taken the bandages off. You can see weariness in the eyes of a lot of them. You suspect that a lot of them were called here from the war. Though, if all 50 are here, then that must mean that it's more serious than a war between 2 of the nations that they swore to maintain peace between. Whatever it isn't good. Alright, and I'll stop playing that for now.
Something's wrong here.
As you wander around, you'll see a couple of your old colleagues. Some of the people around seem to be... Some of them used to work for your old Commodore. You're not sure who they work for these days now. Maybe you'll find out. After a couple of minutes, a woman comes forward to see you. She seems to be quite tall and has a pale figure and a bit of a ethereal beauty. It looks like her entire back is covered by a large white cloak, and you recognize her as one of the 5 heads of the Virgil Dove Brigade. Nothing... I phrased that badly. This has nothing to do with Calamity. I apologize.
Leaders.
5 leaders.
5 leaders.
The 5 old men.
Bosses.
Yes.
The 5 old farts.
The 5 people
The
in
5
charge.
fellas.
The 5 people in charge. I just want to clarify, this has nothing to do with Calamity.
Or the
Just
5
thought
heads
the
of
five-
Eli's campaign.
Or Apophis.
Oh yeah, the 5. Oh yeah, the 5. Oh yeah, the 5 heads of fucking Obeliskos.
Or the 5 old men in One Piece.
Yeah.
All the five grandmasters from Jinju. God
Okay.
damn, why is it 5 always?
It's always 5. Yeah. I just want to clarify that this has nothing to do with any of those.
Yeah, we figured.
All right. Kana, you would know that the leaders of the Virgil Death Brigade, there are 5 for one specific reason. Each kingdom sends one representative. There is one from the Asawaki Isles, Orthrund, as well as the 2 kingdoms that are currently at war. And then, to break the tie in decisions to support all 4 of the nations, is the 5th, Seren the Arbiter. She is the vote that every nation seeks to get in order to preserve their own interests. And she is the neutral party that makes sure the Virgil Death Brigade stands up for what it still is. Now, I would like everyone except Kana, who will already know this, to make a religion check.
Okay.
Yay.
DC
Well, I have
12.
a feeling Raijin might know, and I have a distinct possibility that Senshin will have no idea. Let's find out. Yep, Senshin doesn't religion.
I feel
Okay.
religion pretty well.
Do either of those have proficiency, Robbie?
I don't think so. I don't think Andrew or David actually have history.
All right. In
Religion.
that case, let's see.
Oh,
Raijin and
history.
Taishiro will know. Nobody else will.
Alex,
Saren,
hold on. Alex, hold on. Religion, not history.
Religion check.
No religion. That's my bad. I didn't allocate to that. All right, no worries. Carry on.
I just heard you say neither of them have history, and I was like, wait.
Yeah, sorry, I said the wrong thing. Yeah.
Oh, you did say the right thing. Robbie heard the wrong thing.
Okay, yes. It was a religion check, and Eli, it doesn't matter what your proficiency is. The DC was 12, you rolled a 15. So,
Wait.
yeah. Taishiro and Raijin will know this. Seren is known as the goddess of peace.
It's like a literal or figurative title.
We are in the presence of a
Literal.
literal goddess.
Hello, young man.
Hi.
It's nice to meet you. Oh, great.
Guys,
You're doing that thing again, aren't you? Okay. I'm one of the 5 leaders of the Virgil Death Brigade. That is who I am. Regardless of what powers I may or may not possess, that is what I hold dear to myself. Please don't treat me any differently than you would any of the kings or queens of the fine nations under our banner.
The rooster seems to agree.
Alright, I'll close that then.
Close the rooster?
Yes, the rooster needs to be closed.
I will close him in an airtight box.
Close his fucking soul.
I banish you to the Shadow Realm.
Gods give autographs.
Well, I assume since you're here with Captain Kana, that you must be a fan of our work here at the Virgil Death Brigade. It's a pleasure to meet you. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Taishiro.
Taishiro. Nice. Well, I'm Saren, and if you particularly want an autograph, I can give you one. Do you have something you want signed?
And Taishiro will pull out his, Taishiro will pull out the Book of the Hells.
Alright then, I see that you're a fan of geography, and she will just go and write down on the front cover.
I see you are a fan of geography.
Book of the Hells signed by the Goddess of Peace. Wonder what that does.
My signature
Probably.
doesn't do anything special. It's my blessing that has a practical effect, and that signature is perfectly mundane. Although I am curious why you wanted the Book of the Hells signed.
Because something tells me that was the first piece of paper he pulled out.
Yeah, that's the main reason.
Well, if you wanted another piece of paper, I can just conjure one, and she'll just snap her fingers and a piece of paper will appear, and then she'll write her autograph on it again.
Taishiro will take that as well.
So
Yeah,
cool. I
that's-
can do something like that.
That's a
Not
pretty
a god.
standard ability for most mages.
It,
Do you
like,
not see wizards that often?
I can do it, and Raijin will just snap her fingers and create a piece of paper.
Precisely.
I guess this has become a competition.
Just like,
Can you give the autograph of a god?
Raijin will just hand the piece of paper to the god.
Welcome to the. Yes, I should probably mention Siren. Siren?
Saren.
Saren.
Rhymes with Karen.
Saren.
Saren.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, god of peace.
Ironic.
Saren.
And then there's Karen, the
Saren,
god of
I
war.
should-
I'm kidding. That's not the name of the god of war in this world.
Saren, I should probably introduce you proper. This
would be nice.
is the meet Senshin,
Yo.
Pleasure to meet you.
David,
Hey.
Aishiro, hello,
Yes?
Raijin, and
Raijin will just nod.
Raijin,
Raijin just nods politely.
and is Andrew with us?
Oh, you thought I wandered off. He's just gonna skip along the ship as a ferret and then just transform.
I wouldn't have been surprised if you had. This is the
Oh.
group that I've been referring to in my reports as. And I've been referring to in my reports as the B Squad.
I see.
They've been assigned to aid with Squad 48's endeavors.
The fuck do you
over
mean?
the
We just
past
helped you
while.
out by your own free will.
Who assigned them?
You were
I was
assigned.
not-
Well, you
I
were
was not
assigned to us.
informed.
No, the fuck we
Well, you
weren't.
were assigned to us back in Asawaki, and you've
We
tagged along
weren't
with us
assigned
ever
to
since.
you. We agreed to work with you.
Okay. Who assigned
But I
these, who assigned these individuals to you? Under whose
King
authority?
King Ferdinand
Hmm.
of the Asawaki Islands.
Hey, I'll clarify it
That's
because
what
she
we
doesn't
can
get it through her stupid head. We are not part of the Virgin Brigade. We're an adventuring party. Hi, I'm Senshin. I'm effectively the leader.
I see.
We agreed to work with them because Aswak was going through some problems and they didn't have anyone to help out, so we did, and we tagged alongside them because we hay as well.
There's
I
been
was
quite a
getting
few
to that.
cases like
I
that.
was
I see
getting
your
to that
confusion.
part. I was getting to that part, Senshin, but sure.
Yes, we've had quite a couple of alliances recently with adventuring parties. So I see where the confusion lies. Thank you very much for helping Captain Kana here. It has been a great aid. I am certain that Orthrand would have fallen to the invasion from the Feywilds had it not been for your aid.
I died during it. It was fun.
Don't worry, it happens to him all the time.
I died once, twice.
Death must either very much
He
love
times
you
four.
or very much hate you. Curious.
If you include the time you ripped your own heart out, that would be 3 times, wouldn't it?
Twice. I only died twice.
Senshin, are you attempting to cover up the discussion of the fact that you died?
He's the one who brought it up.
Okay, all right. that
He's
is
very
everything.
lightheaded. He's hasn't had much sleep, so
All right, roll deception with disadvantage.
This is
Okay.
why I wanted you to know. This is why I tied you up.
oh
Okay, do you have proficiency
Damn.
in deception?
yes.
Okay, you succeed. Well, that must have been very difficult for you. I'm pleased that you were able to find such skilled healers in time.
Yeah.
Unless you owe Death a favor, that is.
No. I'm just lucky or tough or lofty.
Do you need medical attention? It seems like you're a little dazed.
I swear to God,
Just
I
haven't
tried
slept
to
in a
make.
week.
I tried to make sure that I tried to make sure that he would stop doing push-ups on the boat over here. Unfortunately, I didn't recognize he was doing it until too late. But
I see like attracts like then. How's it feel looking in a
I-
distorted mirror?
I struggle to see the I struggle to see the likeness between us.
Overworking to the point of collapsing? lightheadedness?
Collapsed yet.
Don't collapse. I've got a medical note saying that I'm not allowed to drink coffee anymore, so
I'm proud of you. Well done.
no, I didn't do anything. It was all the doctor.
I'm proud of you for working on yourself. And don't worry,
Oh.
after this you should have more people to assist you in the missions that you have. Your job should become a lot easier. You've been working with too few people for far too long. While we can't fix the past, I am hoping that we'll be able to remedy this.
I hadn't noticed. Can I speak with you just here for a second?
Of course. Do you want to speak in private, or is here fine?
Just maybe away from you guys.
Of course.
Sentience group, could you feel free to wander around, mingle with the other squads?
Ah, yes. And Saren is just gonna call over an attendant. If they want a tour, you can show them around. You know where it's restricted, so just keep them out of there. And if they want to attend the main part of the meeting, it's not exactly restricted from non-members, so they're welcome to join. And attendant will just start leading the rest of you guys around. So yeah, they'll be leading Senshin to somewhere to nap, and they'll be leading Taishiro around a lot of the statues and historical plaques. They'll probably be showing everyone else some parks, places to sit, places to rest, places to eat, that sort of thing. And then once everyone's done with all of that, if they want to go to the meeting, then they can be taken there. So, Kana, what was it that you wished to say?
If you don't mind me asking, what exactly is going on with the rest of the Virtual Dove Brigade? All of these people seem like they've just come from a war zone.
Many of them have. They came from the War on the Horn. And a lot of them have lost members and desperately need to have replacements. That's why they were sent here.
See,
So
I've
don't
been
worry,
trying to keep
the horn is still defended, despite what it looks like. I can explain more to everyone. I'll be explaining to everyone in the meeting. It's easier than explaining to each person individually. Don't worry, everything will be explained very soon.
Fair enough. I didn't realize the situation with the Horn had gotten that dire.
It's been very dire for a long time. We've lost a lot of good people. But such is the cost of, well, it's not really maintaining peace, but seeking it, at any rate. I'd best get to the meeting now.
Right.
Once
Yes.
any of your party members are welcome to join for the first part of it if they want to. No obligation though, obviously.
I have a feeling Sentien's going to be out for a while. I'll let the others know.
Yes.
Thank you.
And the other members of your squad. Ryoko is required to be present, but the others are not.
I'll let
They're
them
welcome
aware.
to be, but
I'll
not required.
make sure they're aware.
Alright. I'll see you soon then.
Kana will
She
go
will
over
just
to
walk out.
the rest of the squad members and let them know that the meeting's gonna start soon.
Alright then. Let's do this. And now you can finally find out what was on that letter that I was keeping. I think you'll like it.
Oh, that's Rico.
Yeah.
Sorry, your
sorry.
your Saren and Rico voice were very similar.
Alright. Kana, make an insight check.
Oh.
Advantage.
Oh,
Advantage
damn,
did not
okay.
help.
Oh wow.
Okay.
That's still master proficiency, so still plus 13.
Okay.
19.
You are
19.
not going to like it.
you
You are really not going to like it. And you're starting to
boy.
put the pieces together as to why Rico was told and you were not. It was to make sure you actually
God.
showed up here.
Oh god, no. If you'll excuse me, I need to go jump off the island.
No. And Rico will.
What?
And Rico, Nessa, Damien, and Corey will all use quick restraint on you simultaneously. Nope. You're coming with us, Commodore.
I taught you this to uphold the law!
We are upholding the law. You're supposed to destroy the lawbreakers, not become them.
Mutiny!
Technically it's not mutiny if you're not in the... Anyway, let's go. And everyone gets taken to the
So fucking live action Luffy just mutiny.
I just love the idea.
I can't wait for that. I actually can't wait to watch it.
I am so looking forward to it.
4 days.
Yeah. Anyway. Sir, who in the party is attending the meeting? Senshin is napping. Everyone else is...
Is he? Is he, though?
Senshin has been locked in a room with a bed.
He will have broken out within days. So he'll break out as soon as he can. But
Okay,
yeah, he's probably not here showing up.
Does Senshin really want to break out specifically to go to some Virgil the Brigade meeting? Does he really care about it that much?
No, but it's more interesting than sleeping.
Okay, Senshin was expected to be in a room, but he managed to break the door off its hinges and is now in attendance of a meeting for some reason. Everyone else in the party, I imagine, is also there. So...
Yeah.
Everyone...
I don't know. just like, oh hey guys, sorry, I've had so much energy. It's like I was asleep for like a week or something for some reason. I don't remember that though.
Alright. Sir, you will see that Saren will start calling up people, and will say, now, this ceremony is here in part to honor those who have served the Virgil Death Brigade the best out of any who are still living. These people deserve to be recognized and deserve to be rewarded for their long and tireless service. Despite the fact that many of you have been in wars, despite the fact that many of you have saved kingdoms from impossible odds, found pieces of information that have kept us all surviving. Now we wish to honor that. And so, first up, I would like to promote two captains among us. Wait, let me see. No, sorry.
God, no.
I would like to promote 6 individuals from the rank of captain to the rank of commodore. She'll call out 5 other names, none of which you recognize, which is odd because you recognize most captains' names. And then, finally, Kana Taida.
Hey!
Oh!
Oh, Kana!
Look at you! Look, Kana, you have responsibility now.
Yeah, go
Always
on.
have responsibility.
Well, shit, you did.
Kana Taida,
Oh.
for your incredible efforts in saving both of the other kingdoms not involved in this war. First, saving King Ferdinand from a cult and several other local threats. You were able to save Radvern Isle. Then, upon being called to the Justine Empire, you were able to save it from a local implosion. A group of slavers, and most impressively, a full-scale invasion from the Feywilds themselves. You have proven yourself tirelessly faithful to the Virgil Death Brigade and incredible with your efforts. And that is why we are promoting you to Commodore, to give you additional resources to continue to do the amazing job you have done so far. We have full faith in you to be incredible. On behalf of the Virgil Death Brigade, I thank you. And she will nod, give you a handshake, and then you will sit back down.
Tetsu will lean over to Kana and say, hey, remember how you weren't giving me credit earlier?
Before that,
Yes.
yeah. As she's standing up on stage, and she's just like, okay. Thank you for your.
Oh, Kana.
Thank you for this opportunity. I feel like this is. I feel this needs to be said. Don't give me more credit than I've truly deserved. I certainly feel that I have done. Certainly feel that I've done plenty, but the aid of the king and the aid to King Ferdinand and the help and the Oh god, what's it called? Thwarting of the invasion?
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
The thwarting of the invasion to the Justine Empire.
Okay,
did
who's
not
got
do
those
that.
pings going on? Can they turn off the noise on their phone, please?
Can you just put your phone on silent, whoever that is?
Not me.
So, Rob?
It's Ruby.
I'm sorry, my bad. I didn't
Good.
expect someone would be ping.
I didn't manage to do. Me and my squad did not manage to. Did not manage to complete these tasks alone. Had aid from a very capable group of adventurers. Group who, to this day, still does not have a fucking name.
Then she just covertly flips her off from the seat.
So, I am grateful and will accept the role of Commodore onto myself. I wish to bring everyone's attention to those who aid the Virgil Brigade, for without them, nothing that we do here is even truly possible in the first place.
And in your humility, you have shown yourself even more worthy of this role. If only we could have promoted you 3 years ago when we first attempted to. You were always so hardworking and so busy. I'm glad you're here now.
So you
Commodore.
decided to give me
Anna.
you decided to give me more work because of that?
We decided to give you more squads to complete the same amount of work. You are aware you've been completing the duties of a Commodore with one squad for the past 6 months, correct?
God, has it been that long?
It's only been 3 months since our groups met.
Yeah,
I believe.
and Kana's captain disappeared a while before that. So it's been about 6 months.
She's been taking on this for long before the... Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, you've been fulfilling the duties of a Commodore with only one squad for 6 months. And even though you have gained the assistance of a group of adventurers, I do not mean to insult, they have not had the same diplomatic training, although their other expertises are surely of great assistance. My point being, even if you count them as another full squad, that is still 2 squads instead of the 5 that you would normally have to complete these duties. What I am giving you is not more responsibilities, it is more manpower to complete them. It is an opportunity for a rest. I have complete faith in you.
Bitch.
Rest, huh?
Yes.
Fret not, ladies. Saren. All that I've done, just as all that anyone in the Virtual Brigade does, is for the sake of bringing and maintaining peace throughout the world.
That it
Thank you.
is. Alright. Now, for the vice captains who are being promoted to captain, you will hear 2 names that you recognize. You don't exactly go dealing with vice captains all that often. But first, you hear the name of one, roll a history check. Kana.
Okay, sorry, I thought I was getting a knock at my door.
Okay.
Shit.
Alright.
Oh!
You hear the name of a rather famous or possibly infamous, squad vice captain who has been working on the Horn during the war. Her squad has managed to single-handedly defend against miniature armies of goblins that have been attacking several small villages. And the squad lost their captain a long while ago, and the vice captain has been leading a squad of 4 people alone in situations which would definitely call for several others. It's honestly a miracle that this squad even made it out of a lot of the situations they entered alive. They have a similar reputation to the 48th squad of being a group of generalists that are massively overworked and also have a tendency to have really strong combat abilities when combined. And the name you hear is the name of the vice captain of that squad. Now the captain. Heitai Kamigan. She smiled.
Heitai, huh?
Thank you.
Heitai, huh? So she must have been doing pretty well over there.
Thank you for this honor.
Shoot, that was just kind of...
Yeah. Although of course, a greater deal of the thanks goes to my crew. Due to our unwavering trust in each other and ability to work together, we've been able to save many small villages that would have otherwise been wiped out. Though it is good to be here, I look forward to returning to my role as protector. Thank you. And she will step down. Next. Okay, let me just make sure I get the name right. The surname. Ryoko Haruna. Kana.
Rika.
You'll see that Ryoko breathes a sigh of relief after hearing her name. You know why. Well, Kana knows why. Do you? Or should I private message it to you?
PM it to me just to be
Okay.
sure that I'm remembering it correctly.
Okay, yeah, alright. I will PM it to you. Okay, Okay, alright, anyway. So that is that. Ryoko Haruna. And Ryoko will step forward. It has been a great honor serving with the 48th Squad. Though I have great shoes to fill, I hope that you will all be ready. I hope that I will be able to be half as good of a captain as mine was. Thank you. And Ryoko will step down. And then Saren will step forward once again. Alright, with those introductions complete, we will be reassigning squads. Now, as all of you can see, there are 50 squads here. You would also be aware that there are a lot of new faces that you do not recognize. The reason for that is simple. The brigade is expanding. While previously there were 50 squads in this brigade, there are now 100. And many of the squads are new. They are recruited from other adventurers who seek the protection of not just these couple of kingdoms, but a greater portion of the world. We believe that with additional members, we will be able to seek out peace on a much wider scale. And with the increasing level of international threats, such as those posed by Tenno and that of the Redsworth family, we need to ensure that more places are prepared to combat them. So, what we are seeking is nothing short of international cooperation on a scale that this world has never before known. Ambitious? Yes, but I believe it is possible. So, my request for all of you is for each squad, led by their commodore of course, to go to different nations, to meet with their leaders and try and determine terms of joining the Virgil Dub Brigade. When we are united, we are better able to protect ourselves. When we are trusting, we are less likely to give in to fear. And when we do not give in to fear and xenophobia, and when we work together, well, we stand a better chance against the threats to this world. We need to do more than just be a force of law and order. Because at the end of the day, that wasn't what this brigade was created for. It was created for the purpose of maintaining the peace and safety of those within our borders. That purpose remains the same now that our borders will expand. Now, Commodores, you will receive your assignments of the squads. Those of you new Commodores, you will be able to select the squads that you will have working with you. Many of them have been reassigned quite recently. And so you will have a lot of squads to choose between. It's first in, best dressed, so make sure that you get to it quickly.
Oh, jeez, I'm gonna have to pick out 5 new squads. Oh, 4 new squads.
Now.
This is just kind of talking to herself, don't worry.
Now, Commodores, I would like you to get to it. Once you have finished selecting your squads, I would like you to introduce yourself and then return here in about 2 hours. This meeting will be vice captains and above only. Thank you. And then she will leave. Kana, you will receive a list of the squads and get a bit of a profile on what squads you have. It looks like squads 7, 34, and 42 were all previously under the command of your Commodore. It also looks like the 4th squad was killed in action. Although, interestingly enough, it looks like there's only 99 squads, rather than 100.
Okay, which ones do I choose? Okay then. That's the case. These 3 seem to work together well. And in order to complement that, I should... Yeah. Alright. Got it.
Alright.
And she'll select her.
Alright, so you managed to get them in, and you managed to get those 3 squads, although by the time you get there, you'll notice that weirdly, no one else seemed to want those 3 squads, and also that there are no squads left. It looks like you are, for the moment, stuck with 4 squads to command rather than 5.
Yet again, Kana is last.
Yet again.
And
that might be a bit of a problem, but at least we should be able to hold our own with just 4.
And Kana, you will upon looking at the squads, you will note that Squad 7 are masters of espionage. They are quite good at figuring out what is going on in particularly secretive places. They were typically assigned to Orthrund before the war started, at which point they started spying on both sides of the opposition on the Horn to try and figure out why the hell the two were actually fighting each other. Squad 34 is known for its good ability to interact with the public, particularly the captain, who seems to have this innate ability to calm people down around her. It's worked in quite a number of crises, and they typically end up fighting against raiding coastal pirates. It seems to be their mission to completely abolish the slave trade via sea, and they've been pretty damn successful. At least as much as they can find them. And Squad 42, you notice after you put in the request for it, that actually, roll a perception check, DC 5. You succeed. Okay, Squad 42 is currently led by one Heitai Kamigan. The Firestarter, the notorious one, and it is very strange to you that nobody seems to want that squad. they have a
Definitely do some more.
reputation.
I definitely need to do some more research into Squad 42, but well, that's all that's left now. And she'll put in the official application
All right.
for those 3 squads.
After you put in the applications, you will see. After a little bit, 3 captains will come up to you. Not all at the same time, in order. First will be. You'll be tapped on the shoulder by a rather unremarkable human man. Looks like he's in his 20s, 30s. You can't quite tell. He has no distinguishing features. Brown hair, brown eyes, average height, build. It's like the guy was made in a factory. He is somehow remarkably the least remarkable person you've ever met. He'll turn to you and say, I take it that you are the Commodore of Squad 7. Is that correct?
And by the looks of you, I would say that you're the captain of Squad of.
I am the captain of Squad 7.
You're the captain of
My
Squad
name's
7.
Smith. Nice to meet you.
Oh my god.
I have a feeling that's not your true name, but we'll go with it. Kana Taida.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't it be my name?
Your squad specializes in espionage, right?
Well, yeah, but I think I can trust my own Commodore to know my actual name. Look, I know it sounds pretty unbelievable, but I actually do have a name that boring. Most people would wish for something more interesting, but in my line of work, it's practically perfect.
Fair enough. Regardless, it doesn't really matter too much to me if you are lying to me about your name or not. As long as you're good at what you do, and you seem pretty good at it.
Based on what? Ah, right, of course, the old reports. Well, if you want, I can show you a little demonstration. You like coffee, right? Or no, you're not allowed that. What beverage do you like to drink?
I guess these days it's more about tea, isn't it?
I can get a decaf.
No, I'm not giving. No, I'm not giving. No, I'm not giving Levi the satisfaction.
I can sneak you a decaf coffee if you like.
Isn't she like compelled to not even touch the stuff?
She is compelled to not go into a specific coffee shop which serves coffee that should give a heart attack to the average human. Yes, she is not compelled to never drink coffee or never think about drinking coffee. Even regular strength coffee is fine. Just the coffee that is labeled the Necromancer's Brew she is banned from.
I don't think a demonstration is fully necessary. I'm sure you'll be able to prove yourself in actual missions.
All right then. In that case, I won't pull out the party tricks of guessing all sorts of stuff about your squad. I'll only say one.
I'm sure you'll be able to figure out most of it anyway.
Oh, I've already figured out a great deal of it. I just haven't written it down yet. That was the ruse of the coffee grabbing, or tea grabbing. It was to give me enough time to write it all down. Anyway, I've been on a lead for a little while. Obviously, as Commodore, it's your choice whether I continue on my mission, but my goal at the moment is... I've been following a lead on Takada Windlace. After he was captured, I've had a lead that I've been chasing for the last while. I believe I may know where they're capturing the Nulls from, or who, more specifically. I haven't been able to find them exactly. I believe it may be something that one of your friends may be interested in.
Well,
I suspect that the group that captured many people wasn't a group of bandits, but a cult. I also think that they're the primary slavers within these 4 kingdoms. If they're taken down, it would take down every null slave ring.
Cult. Huh? If it has anything to do with the cult that we found on Asawaki.
Well, what does your cult seem to worship? The cult that I've found seems to leave a lot of crystals behind. It also seems to have a suspicious amount of medical equipment. But all of the texts that I found are something about achieving enlightenment and crystal clear vision and also something about seeing souls. It's difficult to decipher. What about your cult?
To be honest, I haven't looked at those reports in quite a while.
Well,
I'll leave my judgment on whether or not to continue this pursuit till after the ceremonies.
That's
now. Fair. Now, I'd recommend you convey some of these concerns to, as you've referred to them so far, my friends.
I wanted to ask you first, in case you wish to keep it confidential.
Even if I did, they'd probably figure it out anyway.
It's almost like they can hear every conversation.
If they're that good at reading you, you should probably get some more training in espionage.
It's not me that they're good at reading. Kana will just look over at Ryoko. Besides, they are a very nosy group.
I see.
Yeah, I once nosed my way through 3 sessions worth of investigation.
I know.
I don't know whether you're annoyed or impressed at the tills of this day.
Alright. Well, if that's the case, then I'll let them know. I figure that even if I'm not pursuing the lead, then it might be something they're interested in.
Besides, this case is very important to them.
I figured. Alright, I'll tell him. And Pete will wander over to the other members of the squad.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Smith.
Pleasure to meet you as well, Commodore Taida.
Mr. Anderson.
Sir, Pete will wander over. Hey, if I'm told that we might be working together a little bit, of course, assuming you continue to follow the good Commodore around. My name's Pete Smith.
Oh,
really?
Man, that's a pretty cool name.
I am a lot more confident in the name I chose now.
I was born with this name. I didn't choose it. Look, I know that with my job it seems like it's a fake name, and I assure you it's not.
Forgive me if I don't believe you, but I don't believe you.
Believe me, I wish it was a fake name. I wish I had something slightly more interesting.
No one's gonna believe him.
Forgive me if I don't believe you, but I don't believe you.
That is completely understandable. I could have chosen literally any other career and my name would have been believed, but no, I had to go into espionage. Anyway.
Actually, am I someone who can call people out on that? My name literally means warrior in my people's language.
No. No, you cannot. Anyway. I've been on an investigation for the Virgil Brigade, which I am not sure whether it will be continuing after this point, but I believe it's something that you may have personal interest in. Plus, you have no real obligation to continue to follow official missions anyway.
Never did in the first place.
I'm told that you assisted in apprehending one Takada Windlace, correct?
Pretty sure we busted into his house and arrested him, so yeah. Well, arrested is a strong word. Beat up and took into a prison cell.
Well, regardless of how you did it, I've been following a lead from him for quite some time now. I believe I may know some deliveries came from the Duragar, but most did not. especially back before the Duragar started actively seeking out people to capture. I believe I may have found the original source of the slave trade. I've been following leads on it for a long time. The trail had gone cold for years until a couple of months ago, but since you captured him, I've been able to find out a fair bit more. They operate somewhere on the Horn. They operate somewhere around the border between the two kingdoms. And I believe that the organization that engages in this vile behavior is not, in fact, a group of bandits, but a cult. I've seen writings left behind from them, and they all seem to mention crystal clarity, gaining some kind of enlightenment, seeing into the soul. And there seems to be a suspicious amount of crystals and medical equipment nearby.
That.
There's a lot of blood around the places.
That.
Taishiro.
Fucked.
Make a, let me just check saves. What's the PTSD save?
Oh god, saves!
That's probably willpower.
That would probably be willpower, wouldn't
okay.
it?
Taishiro, make a willpower save with disadvantage.
No, it's definitely willpower because I did the exact same thing for Bint with PTSD with Frickin.
All right, cool. Roll a PTSD save with disadvantage.
PTSD saving throw.
And it's been the fucking tiny child every time.
It's almost like the tiny child was a slave and may have been slightly traumatized.
Both times!
Which one are you referring to, Alex?
You have a type, Elijah. You have a type of character that you like to make. And also, I believe the pronouns indicated which one I was talking about. That's the only thing that narrowed it down.
I don't think you used any pronouns.
I don't think you used pronouns.
I did.
You said the tiny child was a slave.
Who
okay,
was
the
that?
sentence before I
would have been
said
traumatized
that,
by
I
that.
said he, him, but yes. Alright, anyway, Taishiro, what does that come up to?
That comes up to half level plus... Hold on. Half level plus 2 is 8. 13. 13.
Okay. You remember seeing others like you. You saw one of them on a bed, if it could even be called that. It was carved out of stone, and you could see parts of their brain exposed. It looks like the body was still breathing by some miracle. But you see this large crystal that's been embedded somehow. Somehow they're not dead. And then they look you in the eyes, and the crystal starts glowing. And all you can feel is fear and pain, but it's not yours. It's theirs. After a couple of minutes of just sitting there and having these feelings thrust upon you, you're not even sure how long the memory lasts. You see that the wound has healed up. And then people. You can't see their faces. You can't see anything distinguishing about them. While you're hiding in the corner, they take whoever was on that bed away. You hear screaming, nervous cackling. But you can't do anything. You're just rooted there. Frozen. After a couple of seconds, you feel someone shaking you as you wake up out of the daze. You'd never seen that memory before.
Taishiro, what the hell's up?
Taishiro?
What? What's going on?
You good?
What's that?
You just zoned out.
Yeah, I'm fine. Something weird just happened.
Weird
Saw
how?
something. I know, I saw something that... I remembered something. Something that I've never seen before. Tasha's gonna start like, you know the thing that dogs do when they get sad and they like pull back and whimper.
Yes.
Kind of gonna start doing that a little.
Kill every last member of that cult.
You'd have to wait. You'd have to beat me to it first, pal. I've killed cults for less.
Believe me, I will gladly hold them still while you beat them to death.
Oh, beat them? No, I'd slash them to pieces. And actually, I'm not going to finish that sentence, but
Not in the middle of the military state.
yeah, I'm not going to finish that.
State, but...
I'm not going to finish that sentence, but to make it simple, I don't like them, and I have killed a cult before.
Good to know I'm in good company. Well, I wanted to tell you about it. I'll give you the report as well as Commodore Kana. So, well, if the official reports say to stay away, then you'll still have an option to follow it. It's the least I can do after you pretty much single-handedly saved this case for me.
Yeah, I did kind of do that.
You did.
Literally just me.
Humble, I see.
No, it was literally just me. Like, I did every single step of it in about 2 hours.
If the Virgil Death Brigade had
Which
more
part was
if
this?
the Virgil Death Brigade had members like you, I'm pretty sure that we would probably have already
Wait, no,
started this
seriously,
war by
when
now.
was this?
I am right in saying that I did all of that in like 2 hours, right, Alex?
I don't remember what you're talking
All of
about.
what?
So,
The like the figuring out like all of the investy stuff.
Oh, right.
You didn't figure out any of the stuff regarding the...
Well, no, I tracked
You
it back to
didn't
the
figure out any
Windlace
of the-
household.
Yes, but that was not in
I
regard...
found
that
out
was
the
not
Knoll
same as
stuff. I
what
found out the
happened.
slavery. I tracked back. They were
That
Juror.
was
I
nowhere near
tracked-
what this guy... Like, all the stuff that Pete was saying.
Isn't it?
basically,
No, he
what
just-
Pete was saying was that you guys knew about the buyer of the slaves and the reseller, which was Takada. You did not know about the original seller. This guy is saying that he found the original seller,
right.
the person who sold the slaves to Takada.
Right. Okay. In that case, yes,
Yeah.
I did miss what he was saying.
Yes.
No,
so
that was. Oh, wait, what? Oh, never mind. Okay, I was talking about something else. Sorry, I haven't slept in what time is it?
It's about 2 p.m.
8 days. I haven't slept in 8 days.
Have you
That's why we
considered
put you into
perhaps
the bed.
sleeping?
That's why we put you in the bedroom, Sentient.
Well, are you having trouble sleeping? Do you need help with it? I've got some good
No, I
pills,
don't.
if nothing else.
Not really. Besides, alcohol doesn't have any effect on me ever since I had the drinking contest with the gods.
I
That's-
did hear a rumor about certain David Davertson starting a beer cult. I take it that was
Yeah, that's
true.
him. He just points to David.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Come
I
on.
put out a challenge, so to say.
How many cults are there in this world?
Many.
Yeah,
Guess when the
tons.
Far
gods-
too many.
I guess when the
Not all of them
guess
are
when the
evil.
gods
Most of them are, though.
I guess when the gods live with you, you tend to fall in line quicker.
Well, cults aren't all evil. The beer cult is pretty closely supervised by Jay and Thug. Typically, people are sent back to bed whenever they've gotten a bit too drunk. The beer cults tend to come and go pretty quickly. It's the ones that aren't supervised by the gods that become a problem.
Yeah.
They tend
Like
to
a
get
murder cult.
fanatical and stupid and incredibly evil.
I know. We killed a hag named Celine once for starting one.
Oh, yeah. I heard that was quite a difficult fight.
Yes, it was! Extremely difficult!
Okay,
Yeah,
deception
and-
with disadvantage.
Okay.
Insight is master.
Well, I got a 5.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna succeed that. So, I wonder what made it so easy for you then. Jigoku Umare, huh? That would explain some things. Alright.
Yeah. What?
Oh, these guys really are good at espionage.
I don't think that you want me to say it out loud in the middle of a crowded space.
Yes, probably.
Wow.
Give me a sec. I'm a roll.
You are denser than I thought. I'm saying that I'm aware that you have a certain
Raisha will just sort of speak up. Raisha just speaks up. You do remember the bit about how he hasn't slept in 8 days?
Yeah, that's fair. My point being...
At this point, I don't think it... At this point, I don't think it is fair. You've had so many opportunities to sleep, Sentient. Go sleep.
I was saying that it's fair enough that he is this out of it, considering that he hasn't slept in this many days. My point being, you've done a great service to the Virtual Duck Brigade. I don't exactly plan on spilling any secrets. Not unless you become not unless you become a threat to national security, which somehow I doubt you would. Could, absolutely. Would, I doubt it. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the event. And Peter is just going to head off. Also, security is going to absolutely hate the new Commodore. And he'll just take a look over at Andrew. And you'll just see him wandering over to security. Alright. Now, the captain of Squad 34 will arrive. She is 4 foot zilch. She is a half-elf.
It's your height.
That is the height of halflings. Half-elves are more around the height
of
humans.
Exactly.
They're typically, 5 foot plus. My point being that is particularly unusual. She looks like she's wood elf in origin. Got particularly green-tinted skin. Hello there. I'm told you're my new Commodore. My name's Nilla Porter. It's nice to meet you.
Who said that? And Carter's just gonna keep looking like...
Look down. Look down. I'm 4 foot nothing.
Hi?
It's fine. I get that a lot. Now, I am the captain of Squad 34, which is now under your command, I believe.
Yes, that's right. It's a pleasure to meet you, Nilla Porter.
Yes, Nilla. You look a bit out of it. Are you alright? You need something to drink?
Oh, I did just get a pretty big promotion, and have been trying to refrain from drinking over the past few days.
I see. You're worried about being a Commodore then?
It's a lot more people that I have to. It's a lot more people that I have to. I have to protect.
Well, Commodores are usually on quite separate missions from their squads. Typically, they only tag alongside one squad at a time, and typically the other squads go about other missions and then just maintain contact via sending spell. It's not all that common that all 5 squads are in the same place. Most of us are pretty self-sufficient.
Yes, well, I've noticed that with my squad when I was captain.
Yes.
You're from the squad that specializes in human relations, right?
Yes. We
Civilian communication.
We generally help with protecting port towns against pirate attacks, evacuations if need be. We generally try and just keep the public calm whenever there's a crisis going on. While squads like yours and Squad 42 are typically best at the diplomatic relations on a larger level, our squad is typically a lot better at the relations at a smaller level, with the general public and such.
In this case, I should probably make you aware. My plan for your squad is pretty much to reassure the public whenever crises occur due to what some of these other squads will end up bringing forth within their missions.
I see. All right. So do you want my squad to be following your squad around, or do you want to send us to different places?
Or just keep us. More just if we're issued to a certain city, you're issued to the same city unless otherwise specified.
Got it. Of course. I am very happy to be on that, and I'm sure that my squad will be quite interested in that. Your squad tends to travel around a lot, right?
Well, we've traveled from Asawaki to Justine. We have also gone some other places, but typically yes, but those were typically non-brigade related duties.
Well,
now that the Unseelie Court has become its own continent, we will have to probably make our way back there at some point.
I see. Well, I'm looking forward to working with you.
Regardless, be sure to keep your sailboats or teleporters at the ready.
Of course.
You may need to move at a moment's notice.
Quick question, if you don't mind me asking, and
right now, but just in general.
Yes, I figured. Quick question, if you don't
Hello?
mind me asking, and please do tell me if it's too personal or something that you need to keep in confidence.
What's up? Can you not hear us? Oh, it's headphones, right?
Oh, okay.
You back, man?
Okay, I'm back.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
Sweet.
What was the last thing you heard Nila say?
Last thing I heard Neela say was
Probably chirp.
last thing was
See?
about going through moving around to different places a lot.
All right. Well, our squad will be quite happy to follow you around. Question, if I may, and feel free not to answer it if it's too personal. Your friends over there. One of them is a changeling, correct?
Yeah.
I see.
Although calling him a friend is a bit tenuous.
All right, but he works.
No offense, Andrew.
Closely.
This is a police captain, essentially.
But
yes, of
you
course.
work together closely, correct?
That's occasionally true.
All right. Well, if that's the case, would it be alright if I met with you privately? It doesn't need to be away from your squad, just away from the crowds in general.
Is there a specific precedent for this?
The specific precedent is that I'm about to say something which may cause others to suspect me, which I believe will not cause you to suspect me, and I wish to be entirely truthful with you.
All right. Once the ceremonies die down a little bit, we can
find a room to discuss in private. I'm sure
Excellent.
Senshin's bedroom is completely unused right now.
It's also broken.
Oh, right. I don't really need to know about the habits of your friends, but all right. I will chat to you a bit later then. Enjoy the rest of the ceremony, and let me know if
Just
you
have a quick question. Would Andrew roll a check to see if he notices this or not, or if he's just lost in the crowd?
Make a perception check.
I'm probably not going to get it, but yeah, not going to get it.
Yeah, perception?
If you have proficiency, you will succeed.
Check. Oh, I don't. Sorry.
What?
That was your own silly fault. Okay. You notice that that Kana is talking to someone. You don't notice anything about the conversation.
Must have been one of those other captains. Oh well.
Yep. Her appearance seems familiar. I would like you to now roll an insight check.
Yeah, I don't think
11.
I perceive. Yep, nah.
Maybe she just
Nope.
looks similar to someone you met.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely hope I haven't stolen from her. Have I, Rose? Nah, I don't think so.
No,
She is a half. She is a half elf.
There's a lot of half elves in the world. That is a very common race. I don't think so.
Oh,
Although we
that's a
did steal
relief.
from a lot of people back in the days of Alferico.
Yeah, all for a good purpose. But I think... I don't know.
She doesn't seem like the type to go hanging around in Dis anyway.
Oh, that's a relief.
Mm.
Certainly wouldn't be a good sight. A police officer stumbling around in Diz. Place where criminals... Oh, basically showmen.
Maybe we should keep it quiet about the whole, criminals thing.
Yes, absolutely.
No, please keep sharing it in public. That's a great idea. She just said sarcastically standing next to you guys.
How do you sarcastically stand next to someone?
No, he says the what?
He says it while he is standing sarcastically next to them. Oh wait, I see what you mean. He says it sarcastically while standing next to them. Yes, he is standing sarcastically. I don't know either. Man. Sorry, just a sec. I'm just getting a knock on my door.
Look, don't worry. I haven't taken from any of these people, I assure you. Well, then again, they wouldn't know who I am.
I'm rolling insight. Have you stolen anything?
From whom? You'll have to be more specific.
Have you stolen anything from anyone here?
I would say no. I mean, surely, well, I'm not that much of an idiot. I wouldn't steal from these people.
Didn't you try and steal from Didn't you try and steal from a dragon's horde?
To be fair, Ryoko and the ferrets were operating on Justine, which has only had like one squad on it in recent memory.
So it's not like they
Or thrown
interact with a
It's
lot.
had plenty of things. It's like,
Hey,
when
back.
didn't you? Oh, wait. Didn't you try and steal from a dragon's horde while she was in the building?
Look, that's a very good point, but that's beside the point.
No, it isn't. I think that's the entire point.
Look, admittedly, that wasn't my best scheme. I can assure you I do way better ones when I'm not stuck in this form.
Weren't you Alferico when you came up with said scheme?
Yeah, but... Yeah, I was Alferico, but he kind of operates a little bit differently.
So who's the schemer?
Oh, that would be Ferrico. I'm just the guy who loves performing for people.
But it was Ferrico's scheme to rob the dragon.
Yeah. Like I said, he's kind of hit and miss.
So far he's been miss.
That is true. That is true. Look, do we really have to talk about my criminal record here?
Probably not a good idea, right?
We're whispering about your criminal record. Besides, it all got expunged. They can't arrest you for it.
Did everything go all right, Alex? With knock
yeah.
at your door?
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
pick your moments.
And
my
I guess you didn't pick that one.
Yes, of course. That was one that I didn't pick at all.
That
I was
was
clearly...
as the DM, not as any character. Sorry.
Oh. Oh.
I think what you've just done here is you've talked yourself into a corner, Andrew. Great job. 10 points.
Well, I... You know, a lot in the past, you could say. Anyway, I assure you none of these people know who I am. None of them. I'm definitely certain of that.
Are you?
Okay. Well, I guess we'll listen to you. And if you're wrong, and you've caused us problems, I will be very disappointed.
Look, I can assure you I've
Does
caused no issues with
mean
these
zapping
people.
us or putting us in a birdcage? Please say no.
No. No, I won't put you in a birdcage and try and make you two hook up again.
What?
Sorry, I've been messing with Ryoko for a while, so it's kind of been on the brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Murder on the mind.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna go fall asleep because I'm pretty sure I just finally hit my wall. Yep, there it is. I'm gonna go nap.
Then she just collapses on the ground.
Yeah, it just immediately collapses.
Sure you don't want something more comfortable?
I think he's
I think
unconscious.
he's asleep.
Yeah, he's definitely asleep.
Well, I guess we'll leave him there.
Or,
You're not
you could
gonna put him
take
on
him to a
bed?
bed.
Oh, actually, yeah, I was going to do that. Then I was thinking maybe I could give him a more comfortable bed. But then again, I don't want to access cursed items. I'm just
What?
going to pick him up and put him on the bed.
What?
I thought that was David.
No,
That's Alferico.
Is he out right now? I thought it was Andrew that's out.
Andrew's out.
What's the deal with that? Is it Alfarico
Magic
or
the ID.
Andrew or?
No comment. That's Robbie's call.
That's Andrew at the moment.
Okay, Andrew. Okay, so it's Andrew at the moment.
Yeah.
I assumed it was just like different alter ego names.
I don't know. It's
kind of
Andrew's call. Although they do seem to have distinctly different personalities.
Yeah, this is Andrew at the moment. Andrew's just going to pick Senshin up and put him in the
The
bed.
changeling has magic DID.
Yeah,
Essentially.
Senshin will just and Senshin will have his first sleep in 8 days.
Cool. All right. And Kana, you were introduced to the last, rather infamous captain, Heitai Kamigan. Hello there.
So you're Miss Kamigan, huh?
That I am.
How
And you're
much should I
Commodore
believe
Kaida?
the
Taida? Sorry.
Commodore Kaido!
Commodore Kaido?
That
they're
was
Commodores
the,
in
that
the
was the DM's
Beast World.
mistake, not the character's mistake. She is not this awkward, I swear. That was just me fucking up a name.
That would be correct. And I think the only question I really need to ask you is, how much do I trust the rumors?
The rumors about our crew fighting our way out of an impossible near-death situation? Well, yeah, we did it.
Or the less tasteful rumors.
You're gonna have to
The
be
stuff that
more
makes you
specific.
more... Okay, that's going to take forever. I guess we'll just take this a different way then. What's your group's MO? I know what you specialize in, but
Nothing.
what do you say?
Well, we're not
What
really
would
a
you say that
specialist
you-
group. We're kind of more like your group, more like the 40 to 50th squads. We're just a generalist group with individuals that specialize in just about everything. Our goals...
Then what would you say your modus operandi is?
Well, I can say with certainty that I have been in the pits of hell in the middle of the Horn for about 2 years now. And my MO is pretty simple. I want to stop that from happening. I want to stop people from dying all over the place. And, well, I'm more concerned with people's lives than I am with whatever rules keep them in place. My point being, my values are the same as the brigade, but my methods aren't always. But at the end of the day, isn't
So
your squad
you're
about the
willing-
same?
So you're willing to go to less regulated tactics in order to get the end result, right?
Yeah, work with people outside the brigade. Sometimes use threats that we probably shouldn't on enemies that are guaranteed to attempt to kill us, so that we can threaten them rather than kill them. You know, stuff that's a little off the books, but still necessary.
I'm not exactly personally a huge fan of bending the rules any more than necessary. I feel like this will probably work out for the best for us. After
Look.
all, I'm questioning how long these rules are going to stay in place anyway.
Look, I'd love to say that following the rules is always the right thing to do, but at the end of the day, in the middle of a war zone, our enemies aren't beholden to any laws like we are. And so what we need to do is ensure that sometimes we need to take priorities. Is it our own life, the life of others, the the letter of the law that we stand by? I choose I choose other people's lives. Whether or not that's the letter of the law, well,
The,
that can be a tribunal's problem.
you choose them over? Do you choose them over the letter of the law, or would you choose them over your own?
Both. Plus, I'm pretty hard to kill. If I was easy to kill, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you right now.
And can I make an insight check on that?
Sure.
Well, that's 26.
Okay, yep, you succeed. Alright, what specifically are you looking for?
Why would she be why specifically would she be hard to kill? Is she referring to the idea that she's like just slippery and can dodge things really easily, get out of tough spots really easily, or is it more of a literal, like with Senshin, body constitution?
It could be multiple of those. It probably is multiple of those because of the fact that she's managed to get out of a situation where her squad, that was loud, whatever it was on the roof, sorry, where her squad was ambushed by about 50, 100 goblins. That was where her captain died. And she and the rest of the squad, by some miracle, managed to make it out of that. You can guess that's most likely what she is referring to.
If that goblin incident is anything to go by, then you certainly are.
Well, it wasn't just me, but yeah, those goblins were a lot better organized than they normally are, but it got our captain. It's a miracle it didn't get the rest of us.
We have a guy on our group that's pretty tough to kill as well. So anyone that can stay around in a world that's trying to kill it is going to be useful for trying to change that world.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping with the new direction the brigade is taking that we might end up reaching that peace that we seek earlier than anticipated. We'll see, though.
It's the case. I should probably get back to my original squads.
All right.
Well, I am. See you around, Captain.
And Heitai will walk off. All right. And
Khan's gonna go over to Senshin actually.
Okay. Senshin is currently.
Oh wait, Senshin's unconscious.
Senshin is snoring up a storm.
Just hey, Senshin, where's Senshin? Oh God, where's Senshin?
He's sleeping, actually.
Oh. So the musclehead finally collapsed.
Andrew just took him in now.
Who's the next one on the list? Raijin.
Huh?
You know Senshin's family decently well, right?
Yeah, I do. Why?
You know where the whole impossible to kill thing comes from?
Their genetics?
She has a different surname, I will remind you.
She does, but that doesn't necessarily mean too much. Do you recognize that girl over there? Heite? Heite?
Heitai.
Heitai. Heitai. Do you recognize Heitai at all? Any chance?
I'll roll history for her. She does.
Is that the 18?
Yeah.
I'm checking my skills. 1 sec. Wait, why the fuck did I check myself? This is Raijin. Yeah, it's Master. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
do
succeed.
remember her. I remember her back when I think she protected my family back when Tenno attacked. That's about it, though. I wasn't too old enough to remember much about her.
I see.
She seems familiar.
That changes my entire profile on her. Okay. I was meaning, what do you think she might be from? She might be like Sentien's illegitimate love child or something.
Ow.
Sentient is 17. No.
Okay, Sentien's illegitimate sister.
How do you have an illegitimate sister?
You can have an illegitimate son? Well, actually, ask Levi.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
So, she was there when. I don't pry into that any further. Still, definitely want to keep my eye on her. Thanks, Raijin. Hello?
She said welcome, so just let her come through.
Yeah, no, nothing
Fucking
came through. Also, hold
damn
on,
it.
someone knocked at my door.
Fucking Mike.
Yeah, no, I just the dead quiet after that was really.
Oh, I thought it said welcome. Sorry, it might not have come through then. I did say welcome, but unfortunately my voice for her is quite quiet, which leads to problems.
Fair.
Because I don't have push to talk on. Welcome. I mean, that's the most I can remember. I think.
It's still plenty. Who is she?
All right. Everyone gets called back after a little bit to the second part of the meeting. Captains and vice captains and above are required to be in attendance. Anyone else is welcome for the first part, but will be kicked out after the second part. I'm just gonna move to the world map real quick. All right. So, Saren will begin talking again, and will say, "Thank you for coming in, vice captains, captains, commodores, other esteemed visitors. Now, the brigade has taken a new direction. As I told you before, we have recruited 50 new squads. Many of them are adventurers who have not been trained in diplomatic matters. And so what we are trying to do is consolidate the now doubled size of the current brigade. Because of this, we have requested the aid of the presence of several of our commodores to teach several of the new adventuring squads on matters of diplomacy, and we have also requested the presence of several trained warriors that have been working with Commodore Tida's squad in Orthrend. They were able to fight against a dragon, as well as many of the incoming threats from the Feywilds, and, well, they are going to be here and assisting us to train in better self-defense over the next couple of days. We thank you for arriving.
Our Dragon Slayer is currently having a nap. He'll be back eventually.
That is perfectly fine. It must have been a long trip.
No, he just hadn't slept in 8 days.
Man, you just do not care about how these people think of Sentient, huh?
What? If he's gonna be an idiot, I'm gonna point out he's an idiot.
All right, then. Okay. The brigade was originally designed to protect the Four Nations. However, with greater threats on the horizon, we are expanding our reach to any nations that are willing to work together to protect themselves from threats such as Tenno or the Redsworth family from the Feywilds. With these wars on our horizon, we need to ensure that every member of the brigade is capable of self-defense and prepare to function in a crisis. Every place that you captains are sent, we plan to provide with long-ranged attacks effective against demonic creatures, or whatever the in the hell's Tano might be. We are also training people in the use of portals to help prep for mass evacuations. It is imperative above all else, if you happen to encounter Tano or his forces, do not engage. Get out and bring as many civilians as you can with you. Do not attempt to spy on them. Do not attempt to infiltrate them. Do not attempt to fight them. Do not be within 20 kilometers of them, or you could die very quickly. Ideally, remain as far from them as possible. Your lives are valuable, and we cannot afford to lose more members of our brigade to war and death. Now, new Commodores, your missions will be posted on a board. You can select from them and complete one mission at a time. It is first come, first served, so if you particularly want a mission, then select it early. Generally, any squads which are qualified to complete a mission will be allowed to take it, unless a specific squad is required to be assigned to it. I'd suggest that the Commodores select their first missions now. She will.
Hey, David.
Oh,
Sorry, no,
yeah,
continue.
Taishiro?
Sorry, are we okay? Maybe this would be a good time to proposition to Dace, to the Hells.
Yeah, I mean, if they need to find some kind of solution to all their problems, then yeah, let's go for it.
Maybe just request it of Khan, or I don't know how this area works, so follow your heart.
Commodore Taida.
Yeah.
I apologize since this is your first mission as a Commodore, but this is one that I need to assign to you because you are the Commodore I trust above all the others to handle it properly. This is a mission regarding a new nation being developed between the Underdark and the First Circle of Hell. It will be a combination, it will be a nation of two peoples. The Tieflings resident in the realm of Dis outside of its city, and many of the Drow and Duragar which were forced to evacuate the Underdark after a particularly harrowing attack on their queen. I trust you to be able to handle them practical matters of assisting them to create a new nation. If it goes well, then it's likely that we will receive a great deal of aid from them.
One sec. Got a knock on my door.
Never mind. I guess it all worked out in the end, huh?
Yeah, I guess with the natural progression of things, we'll end up there eventually. Man,
Between the Underdark and Desparta, huh?
Yes.
Hmm.
I believe they were claiming that it would be one city of 2 levels, and that the 2 levels would be traversed by a elevator.
Well, one of the swords was down somewhere in the Hells as well. Right. Alright then.
I also have a couple of
I'll
background
happily.
missions which you do not need to work on at the immediate, but just something to keep in the back of your head.
No need.
You are close to the Taida household, correct?
I share their last name, so I would
Right.
assume so.
Well, if possible, would you be able to request that they gather a large amount of hero steel? We are attempting to arm the nation's the rest of the nations that we'll be allying with Hero Steel as well. The Justine Empire is already well defended, but we are hoping to do the same for the Asawaki Isles, the Unseelie Fort, and eventually, once those two stop going to war, the Vegrian Kingdom and Zanate Kingdom.
If that's the case, then yeah, I can relay the message.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll humbly accept these missions.
Of course. And the next mission you should be able to select yourself. All right. Thank you. I should be able to give your captain the briefing, and I should be able to give me a couple of minutes. I will find the briefing and I will send it to your room.
Well.
All right.
Hear that, Squad 40? You hear that, Squad 48? Sentience team?
Oh, yes, we do.
Looks like we're going to hell.
Oh, that's the best news I've heard all day.
I knew I'd end up there someday.
And who knows? We might be staying there for a while, a long while.
All right. I am going to go pee. The secret meeting is next, so everyone is going to get kicked out. So I am just going to be back in a sec. See you soon.
Fair enough.
How are you, Eli? You feeling really good?
Yeah, I'm feeling alright. A little tired, but other than that.
That's good.
I feel like the session's going pretty. I feel like the session's going pretty slow.
Yeah,
I think that might just be because of like the style of session that it is. It's not really a high action or high energy one. It's just a big briefing to lead us into the next arc.
I guess in a way it is the opener. I guess also in another sense, like, I don't know, everyone has their particular styles, and honestly, I appreciate seeing all of them, like all the different styles that you guys bring. I didn't really have one for the stuff that I did, but it's great seeing you guys in action. You feeling really good for your campaign as well, Eli?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I haven't really gotten too much work done for the next session,
but that's mostly just because, you know, focusing on uni work.
Yeah, other commitments.
Oh, fuck, that's what I need to do.
Oh.
Right, I'll be right back. No, sorry, I just haven't hit send on one of my assessments yet. So
yeah, you go and take care of that. It's all good, don't worry.
Okay, be right back.
No worries. Oh, hey Alex, welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Sorry about that. I just really needed to take a bathroom break.
Yeah, that's all good. Eli's heading off to submit some uni stuff, and Liam's doing his thing. So, yeah. Golden.
Okay, I guess we're going for a bit of a longer break then. Well, I suppose that gives me time to input stat blocks, so that's fine.
Yeah, Eli's saying it's just clicking send or something along those lines.
All right.
Yeah, how do you feel the session is going? You're really liking the flow of it?
I mean, yeah, I'm liking it more than I originally thought I would. I thought this session would be a lot more boring than it actually turned out to be.
Yeah, I've definitely enjoyed myself, so thank you.
Well, I'm glad. And I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with David and Andrew.
Andrew's definitely feeling the cloud or chains or the cage falling in. A different sense.
Look, he isn't technically he hasn't technically committed any crimes that he can be imprisoned for here, at least.
Oh, sheesh.
Okay.
No, it's a lot of fun.
All right. And I can just get the combat set up for while you guys are waiting. I'm not actually going to be, starting the combat until after the super secret meeting, but that requires Eli to be here, so I can't do that.
I mean, Kana is qualified now. Full ranking Commodore, which she should have been years ago, but hey, she got the promotion.
She got the promotion. She got more manpower behind her. The promotion that she's been hiding from for 3 years.
I swear, like, I just had an image on my mind of her being dragged up to the platform to receive her promotion, and she's just screaming mutiny at her crew as they're dragging her up.
You know, that does seem pretty accurate. Not gonna lie.
Everyone in the crowd's like, damn, she's getting a promotion and she's complaining?
Yeah.
Man, she really is something different. No, I can't imagine that, though. Yeah.
Okay, character. And I just realized I need to include a couple of new character sheets, so especially good that I have extra time.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I have to say, Black Clover's moving along quite nicely. Like, everything's in place for all the nobles, the royals, the common.
I mean, we haven't really got everything in place yet. We've got less than half a system built, and also, Eli and I don't really have... Well, we have a basic outline of a plot, but not like a full thing. We want to make sure that we've at least figured out the system and the first arc or two before we get started on that, but what I'm hoping is that we'll be able to get started on the Black Clover thing after Liam gets back, is my hope, anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Had to pull a Robbie.
A Robbie?
Yeah, to go help out with the groceries.
Ah, okay.
Oh, right. Eli will be back eventually. He's just taking care of some uni stuff.
Okay, HP.
Oh.
Right.
Did I miss anything?
Not really. It
Okay.
was just said that, Kana would be going into a secret meeting after this, and, then I needed to go pee, so, that secret meeting has not happened, so we're good.
Yeah, you must be super excited for your trip, Liam. It's getting closer and closer.
Yeah, I haven't exactly begun to believe that yet. The fact that I'm coming that close is kind of weird.
Yeah, it'll definitely be a lot of fun, though, that's for sure.
Do hope so.
Oh, come on, man, it's Japan.
Yeah, I'm saying I hope it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you're gonna have... are you gonna check out the samurai and the shoguns and all that kind of stuff? Like the
Yeah,
more
I'll be seeing some of that stuff when I'm there.
tea ceremonies and all that kind of stuff.
I have no idea I have no idea what I'm seeing specifically. I know bits and pieces, but I've not really involved myself too much. I just there's big bits I want to see, but I just want to enjoy Japan is the best way to say it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just know because my cousin went there with his fiance, and
Fair.
yeah, so I I don't know. I do some surface level research. Not much.
Also, I'm assuming none of the rest of you guys have gotten Gear 5 yet either. Except for
No.
you.
Hey, it's not my fault, man.
He's still
Gonna hold it against you. Also, have you logged in, Alex, to get your 50 for today?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, because you get...
very much focusing on the yonks of stat blocks.
That's fair. Well, hey, now you don't have to focus on them, so now you can take it over some gacha therapy.
No, I actually need to finish, what's it? I need to finish, putting the tokens on the board.
Oh. Wow, okay, fair enough. I opened my jaw and it cracked a little bit. That's probably fine.
Okay, that doesn't sound concerning at all.
Yeah,
I'm double jointed everywhere, so
yeah, hyperflexibility, like that kind of thing, or
yes.
yeah, I'm kind of the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys ever want to do Bounty Rush, I have a Luffy on deck if you need.
Okay.
Cool. I'll murder you with my Lauren kid.
I
'Cause
think
am
we're
I
supposed
the
to be
only-
working together?
Yeah, I know what I said. Am I the only person that got Lauren kid actually?
I think so.
I got Law and Luffy for my last one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to because I got Lauren kid, but I haven't got Gear 5 yet.
Yeah. And I got evil version of Cavendish, and
Hakuba, yeah. I think he's decent.
Oh yeah, cabbage.
No, Hakuba. Because we actually don't. I think we have. So there is a Cavendish in the game, but
got
there's also a
cabbage.
Hakuba.
Yeah, I've got cabbage, not Hakuba.
just gonna check who else I have.
Alright, let's see what tokens look like they throw hands.
Yeah, that's who I got. I got Jin Zhao. He's pretty decent.
I think he's.
I'm back.
Yo yo.
Oh, brilliant.
Hi. Sorry, I had to go make sure I got that submitted.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I was pulling a Robbie and doing groceries.
Yeah. I also took the opportunity to put my dinner in the oven, so.
Fair.
Nice.
But
Anyway, while we're waiting on Alex to finish off the maps stuff,
No, it's not map stuff. Okay.
the token stuff, I mean.
Whatever. I can put some more tokens on there in a minute.
That's
okay.
fair.
Alright.
I was gonna tell you the weird musical rabbit hole I've been stuck on for the past week.
Alright, yeah. If you got something to talk about, then yeah, go for it.
Just a minor thing, yeah. So do any of y'all guys remember Bionicle?
yes, vaguely.
I think so.
I
I'll
remember
have to search it
there
up.
to be people that were into it. I wasn't.
You're talking to one. They are the greatest ever. I love them.
Okay.
I used
But,
to own,
yeah.
I used to own the orange one.
You're gonna have to narrow that down a little bit, my guy.
The one that has a sword.
Further.
One that the one that kind of looked like he had shoulder pads and a big sword and red flames and stuff.
Oh, that's the one that you got. I got like a big
Sounds
black
like either
one with
Jala or
claws.
Tahu. I have a bunch of them. From my brother, yeah. But the thing is, they made ads for their all, obviously, like everything. They made ads for their stuff, and they all used really, what's the best term for it? I don't know how to describe it, but I fucking love their music. And the guys that did that, because Bionicle's been gone for a couple years now, the guys who did a lot of those trailer musics did a new one for the Bionicle Day celebration on YouTube, and I've been listening to it a lot, and the old ones, because all of the songs are really good and very, very early 2000s.
Cool.
Nice. That's the
Nice.
one that I had.
Oh!
Like fire sword.
I don't... Yeah, that's technically not a Bionicle, that's one of the Glatorians, which is a different people.
It was from a Bionicle box, so.
Yeah, well, Bionicle was the brand, but yeah, whatever. I know there's lore to Bionicle. There's a lot of lore to Bionicle.
Always a lot of insane amount of lore.
Do you want me to tell you how much lore? Because someone did an entire video covering all of the lore in detail. Do you want to know how long the video was?
Lore.
Just guess. Guess how long the lore video was.
12 hours.
Oh, close. 9.5.
Wow.
It's always way larger than it realistically should be.
Oh, the fucking lore for Bionicle is insane.
It's basically just those sorts of videos are basically just people who really enjoy niche topics talking about those niche topics, and that
I love
always goes on for insane amounts of time, as we know.
Yeah, but I owned the like, so they made a while back a Bionicle like sort of like Bible document book, right? Like, it had a whole bunch of different things on all the different. It was like an alphabet thing or a encyclopedia. That's the word I'm looking for. An encyclopedia on Bionicle. It was 300 pages, and a lot of things mentioned did not have toys. They were just background lore. That should give you an idea of how fucking big that franchise was in terms of the lore Lego put into it.
Damn.
Yeah. Wow.
And I also love it. It's wonderfully edgy in many weird ways and has lots of wacky cool powers. They canonically kill one of them in a really depressing way, and the story's fun. Well, not really. It's kind of depressing in many ways, but it also has lots of great things like mutations and gods being evil and cyborgs and a half mechanical slave race worshipping a god amongst themselves. I'm not gonna stop talking now. Bionicle's got crazy lore.
Huh?
Man.
Cool.
But that's been my rabbit hole. My rabbit hole has been Bionicle.
Well,
I've yet to find the bottom.
An interesting rabbit hole.
I've yet to find the bottom of the rabbit hole. And I'm worried the further I go down, the more likely I am to,
Not make it back out again?
Yes! Anyway, I think I found where my Gear 5 luck went.
Where?
Dokkan Battle. They just have their big dual outlet celebration.
Fair enough.
Their big one, and I got both the new units in only 2 multis.
Biblically accurate Luffy.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see the chance art. I'm really excited to see the very chance art episode for Luffy versus Big Fish.
We should watch the like NEP at some point.
And
for
I could show you it if we're waiting on Alex still.
That would be good. I mean, I can go through another scene. Before that. Let me just. Wow, more.
And my screen
This
go
character
black.
has more willpower HP than they have actual HP.
Wow.
Okay, where's the goblin? There's the goblin.
There's the goblin. There's the goblin.
He has a name, probably. She has a name.
Yes, she does.
Probably.
And I just realized, oh shit, I forgot to introduce the goblin. Okay, we're gonna do that before we go into the super secret scene because I apologize. I forgot to introduce the other 2 members of the squad that will be replacing Kana and also Z.
Rico.
Pardon?
Rico. Oh, Rico's the captain.
Rico got promoted.
Yeah, Kana is being replaced because Kana is now a Commodore.
Yes.
So do you guys want to watch the NEP first, or?
I feel like we
I'll probably wait. Yeah, we.
Yeah. Actually, that's a fair point.
Let's wait until the session's actually over before we do anything like that.
I mean, I'll rewatch the ending again.
Okay. All right. So, Kana, you will be replaced. No, approached. Fuck. Sorry.
You have been replaced.
Well, yes, you have been replaced by Ryoko. You knew this was coming. This is what happens when you get promoted. But yeah.
I kind of didn't know she was being promoted, but anyway.
Yeah, but you know that's what happens when people do get promoted. All right. So you are approached by.
Yeah, they're replaced by changelings, right? Sorry, I'll stop there.
Do you want me to stop the session?
No, I also don't want you to stab me because it sounds like you're going to do that in a second.
Good. All right, then calm down, please. Now.
Are you saying that to yourself or to him?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
Oh, sorry.
To Alfie, actually. Anyway, so, Kana, you are approached by a large, towering man. Seems to have tough-looking, greenish skin. He doesn't look entirely human, and he less moves and more, less walks and more lumbers. He walks towards.
Wait, so wait, the half elf is 4 foot, and the goblin is a towering man.
This isn't a goblin. Okay. I am going to be introducing the goblin. This is not the goblin.
Okay. Fair.
This is the vice captain, the new vice captain that's being transferred in. Sir, hello there. I am told that you are Commodore Kanataida.
I'm told that as well.
You do not know your own name?
I'm very aware of my own name. I was just trying to make a joke to,
Ah, I see. I've never been much good at those.
Really?
Sir, your squad 48. It needs a vice captain, I'm told, and it looks like your Captain Ryoko is not promoting from within.
I suppose that's a good idea. There isn't really. Squad 48 is very capable, but not very captain worthy.
Well,
Disciplined, let's say.
fair enough. Well, I was offered several places to transfer, but I requested to transfer to Squad 48, if, of course, you will have me. I suppose ultimately it is the captain's decision, but I wanted to ask both of you. Well, what are your skill
First
sets?
of all, and more importantly, what's your name?
Yes, I did forget to introduce myself. I am Allard Redwood. I am a dryad. I'm one of the couple of defectors from the Feywilds but I came here quite a number of years ago. I used to be a general, although I found that the wars being fought there were particularly pointless. I gave it up and learned to become a healer. And I came here after a member of the Virgil Death Brigade rescued me. It was about 10 years ago, I'd say. I believe that member was Commodore James.
Would I recognize that name?
That was your Commodore.
Huh. James, huh?
Yes. It is disappointing that she has been missing for so long. I had hoped to see her again to thank her for all she had done for me over these last couple of years. I suppose we are alike in owing a debt of sorts to her. While I am capable of damaging enemies, my primary strength is to restrain them, but more importantly, to heal my allies. As I am well in tune with nature, I'm capable of creating sanctuaries, groves, that sort of thing. And I believe that your squad is in sore need of a healer.
That's certainly true. We lost our last one to a changeling.
And you're renting your current one.
Plus, it seems like you have some pretty good combat experience, so...
I do. Although, I doubt I'd be as strong on the field in terms of pure martial strength as I used to be. I still have the tactical knowledge that I used to have.
Well, Rico, it's ultimately up to you, but I certainly wouldn't recommend against him.
Alright. So, you've explained why you want to work with Kana. Why do you want to work with me? Well, you seemed like you needed a hand. You're obviously very skilled in matters of protocol. But frankly, you seem inexperienced and not as confident with yourself as you could be. I seek to help with that. I guess I'm seeking to act as somewhat of a mentor for you. every captain needs a vice captain to counterbalance them. Someone who's able to call them out and someone who's able to amplify their strengths. I believe I can be that for you, and you could certainly be that for me if you would let me. I see. Well,
Yeah, I'm back
welcome to the squad.
apparently.
Welcome to the squad, Vice Captain Redwood. Good decision. Alright, I will wait with the rest of the squad then. I believe that we will be attending the next meeting soon. And I believe you still have one more member to meet. Thank you.
Right, we do need another member to replace. Well, I guess now to replace Z.
Okay.
Sure you'll be able to handle your duties as captain well enough?
Well, it shouldn't be too hard. Especially not since we've got so many others with us. I think he's right about that, though. It's mostly a matter of confidence that I'm weak in. I need to learn how to do well without relying on you. I'll make you proud. I promise.
Don't need to worry about making me proud, just worry about your crew about your squad above all else.
I'll keep him safe. Don't worry. Alright, and now on to the next one, which is... Okay, how was I playing him? Okay. Alright.
Assume the goblin was female.
Yes, the goblin is on a different squad. You're gonna be fighting the goblin.
Oh.
The goblin's a member of Squad 42, not a member of Squad 48.
It's nearly 7 o'clock. It might not be a good idea to have a fight.
Do a fight?
I am fully planning on finishing this introduction, and I am absolutely fried, so I'm not going to do the secret meeting. I'm probably just going to tell you what happens outside of session. I'm planning on doing this introduction and then calling it I am wiped.
Fair enough. In that case, do you want to do Whitebeard versus Apophis?
Let me finish one more introduction, and then yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hello, Commodore. I am Duan Equos. I was assigned to Squad 48, or rather, I can be. And Captain Ryoko, nice to meet you as well. Hello. Alright. Why do you want to join this squad specifically?
Also, who are you? What are you? What's your deal?
He introduced himself as Duan Equos, and when you have a look at him, it looks like his skin is blue, and it looks like water taking on a semi-solid form that's not ice, but humanoid. And he seems to not carry any weapons. It looks like he's a mage of some sort. Ah, right. I was part of the treaty of several of the island chains off Concaster Isle. I joined the brigade, and the brigade protects my islands. And since then, I have joined here. I was considered somewhat of a guardian for my island. Used my control over water and weather to keep particularly bad guys away. I'm primarily good with area control, but especially with naval battles. There have been quite a few pirates who have tried and failed to cause problems for me, but... well, it's rather difficult to continue or win a battle when your ship's being buffeted back towards the nearest port.
So a naval specialist.
Yeah.
So the amount we end up on. Nope, I should leave this to the new captain.
Okay. And what's your opinion on pirates overall? Well, some of the United Pirate Fleet seem okay, but the number of them that engage in utterly distasteful trade. Several of them have tried on my islands, but well, those ships have hit the rocks. Some of it was even natural. Look, I'll be honest. I've worked alone for a long time. I'm not used to working in teams, but if you're willing to work with me rather than simply ordering me around, then I think we can get a lot done. I've got strong abilities. I've been able to protect a whole island single-handedly for the last 10 years. So I can use that to help you. You still didn't answer my question. The reason I'm asking is simple. There's a former pirate in this crew, and I need to make sure that the two of you will be able to work together professionally. If you can't do that, the answer is no. Ah. I see. What flavor? United Pirates. Shouldn't be a problem.
Flavor.
Flavor.
If she was a slaver, she would be in prison.
What? Yes, Rico. What flavor are you? What flavor is Nessa?
I'm trying to do my job, Commodore.
That was out of
Commodore,
character
that was
very
me.
clearly.
Yep. And
My
that would be Rico's
my
response.
Commodore Kana voice is pretty, you know.
Stoned.
Tired, overworked.
Underpaid.
No, the Federal Brigade does actually pay pretty highly, not gonna lie.
Alright, and let's see. Any other particular weirdos that you'd have a problem with? I don't think so. Well, no, I doubt they'd allow anyone that I'd have that big of a problem with in the brigade. Alright. Now. At some points you are going to have to accept orders from me. I know that that's not going to be ideal, and I do plan to work with you as much as possible, but on some points I am going to need to be making the call in difficult battle situations. I need to trust that you'll be willing to follow that. Now, I know that trust takes time, and I know that this takes work. I'm not asking you to do it right off the bat. But I need to know that your solitary nature won't cause problems with the function of this squad. If I can trust you and your orders not to be stupid, then and get people killed, then yes. Alright. So it's not an issue with authority to the point where you'd be risking people. I suppose you wouldn't have been allowed in the brigade had you. Alright. Thank you for that. Welcome to Squad 48. Well, we'll see how this goes. Catch you later, Captain. And a walk-off.
They seem pretty interesting. I'm sure that
I'm sensing a lot of potential conflicts between the current members and the new members, and the new members and the other new member. This should be interesting.
Yeah, just like when I decided to try and bring in Rory.
Yeah, true. And Nessa.
This is just part of being a captain. It's up to you to decide who you think is good. It's up to you to figure out how to get them to all behave.
Well, I guess I'll be working on that over the next little bit. I need to work on my leadership skills as well as my ability to get the paperwork into the brigade.
I need to work on your social skills. A couple of people around who can help you with that.
Noise.
Yeah, who's playing with knives?
I'll ask that question.
Definitely not me.
How can you hear that? I was scratching myself.
Oh, that's what it was? Yeah.
Since when did you get a cyborg knee? We could hear it scraping on metal.
That was just my fingers. What are you...
It sounded like metal on metal.
No, that was that was me scraping my foot.
Okay, well that's what we heard, so.
With my fingers.
Sounded like metal on metal. Anyway.
By a cyborg
Yeah.
confirmed.
Anyway.
Apparently, I am Android. I am Android 18.
All right. Anyway,
Who the fuck
squad
you
heads
are.
into secret meeting. I will do secret meeting when I don't feel so tired, so I'm ending the session there. Apologies, this is gonna last 2 sessions just because I am tired.
Yeah,
It's
All
fine.
good.
When you're
Alright.
cooked, you're cooked.